According to my watch, here in Malmö, Sweden, is 9:27 a.m.
Good morning, Les Basketball people. Welcome to this beautiful and blessed day. And what a better way to start off the weekend than by watching Headstomper 2025, the only offline where you can get some free tasty ice cream to recomfort you in your bracket placement. I'm Nayu, and today I'm with the GOAT, Virum.
Indeed, indeed. We are off with Granblue Fantasy Versus here at Headstomper 2025. It's been a couple years since we've been here, but it is absolutely great to be back. Now, of course, we've had a little bit of a delay, but our first set will be coming up very swiftly. It's going to be Remade versus Abby. Talk to us a bit about both these players.
So, well, Abby, I know that that player personally. They play Fairy.
Yep.
While on the other end, Remade, he played at Duncan Yips last Thursday, which is my own set of weekly tournament. And he made top 8 with Ewell. So I know Abby, and he plays Fairy in the Ewell matchup. I don't know what he's cooking, but I sure hopefully think that he will win this one, right? Because it's my homie, but no bias here, no bias, no bias.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I would say definitely Remade is probably the favorite going in. As you said, top 8 Duncan Yips, but also has had various other results. I know even all the way back last year at EVO 2024, he was there, got, I want to say, top 64 at EVO 2024. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely got some results to his name. Was also at UFA as well last year too. Definitely a UL to look out for, and of course, just between these two characters, if UL is able to get in, definitely has the tools to smother Fairy. It's all just going to be about how well can Abby keep Remade out, and how efficiently can Remade get in.
Oh, he has all of the knowledge and the fundamentals to keep him back, but it's just a matter of if he can actually, apply everything that he's learned up until now. I know, he picked it up the game just after the patch where Fairy got buffed. The 7th frame 4L, the bread and butter Fairy right now. Hopefully he can apply everything. They're just getting ready. They've already done button checks normally.
Yeah, we've definitely had some more people pick up Fairy, Matera as well since the 2.0 patch, of course. That was the lauded Zona patch, as a lot of people were saying, but we are actually playing on 2.1 with the newly added Galleon. Galleon not legal at this event, but the patch is going to be played, so we're going to see the balance changes from characters like Beatrix, Vesusia. We may even see some of the buffed characters as well. I don't think we have a major Vasaraga rep here, or a major Beelzebub rep, but they are characters that saw their share of improvements. But of course, first set is about to go underway. I believe they did their button checks prior to the stream, so yeah, we're going to get straight into it.
Oh my god, the 2-1-4M starting out right off the bat. Getting some cute little damage. The Fairy got sent out. Oh, Remade finds some little opening there. Starting off their offense.
Yep, all right. Gets the plus frames with the 2-1-4H. Gets the frame cap as well, but not quite enough. Barely catches the DP.
The reversal, the walk-up grab. Starting to get back in the corner. Little BC to get out to buy some space. Going steadily back into mid screen. The 2-1-4HM.
Yeah, once again, got to watch your toes against UL at that range. Nice smash right there, not respecting the frame trap attempt. Nice catch again with the low. This should be enough. Nice and simple, straight into the SBA.
Nice one.
Oh, no, misses the SBA, but okay. Yeah, you've got to keep your eyes on the prize there. You've got to make sure that you're blocking just in case those drops happen.
Player 1.
Yeah, remades.
Battle 2.
In the first round.
Engage.
A little bit of spaghetti there at the end. A nice upset that came from Abby. Keep up. Nice little jump L there. Right into the corner. Something in there. Yeah, the wall bounce.
Just a little bit too far off. This is the GG right there.
A little glad that, of course, the multi wins. 2-1 for him on the other side of the screen. Decide to go for the GG.
Takes a hard knockdown from RSRC. That is, of course, something that UL can do. She can use the backflip to avoid a lot of those options, but the long range of that far medium still catching anyway. Side switch, but this is quite scary for Abby. Only on 1 BP. One solid hit from Remade is going to do it, but a good catch with the anti-air close medium.
Catching up here, getting 1 round back. Abby is not like taken out so easily yet. He still has some left in his belly. Going into round 3 here.
So a reminder to all the people watching at home, we are running a full first to 3 bracket here, so all our sets are going to be nice and chunky.
Out of the corner, finds the profile to the stage, goes into the setup with the stance. Oh, just over the overhead, nice back grab. Oh, the mash!
Mashing immediately on the GG, doesn't want to hold any of that.
Yep.
2 BP gone from the side of Remade, these two BCing back and forth.
Oh, little shimmy, didn't get anything out of it. Catches something with 56. Run up Scarlet. Pressing buttons. Abby's blocking very convincing. Nothing to be scared of at those range. Spend the meter. Oh my god, the side.
Yeah, no with punish there, unfortunately. No punish either. Ferry can punish that far medium with the far light.
Almost a chip point. Chip is a factor.
This is a very scary situation. Nice spot dodge from Abby. RSRC, and remember, only 1 BP, but drops the combo afterwards. Good block on GG, and the 2H to match right there. Remade taking the first game.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
First game going up to Remade here. Nice little roll there. Yeah, that too is so strong in this matchup. As you said before, be able to like just run up away from all of these 50-50s, but also being able to like buy space and go back just afterwards, you know, punish a move. Alright, well. Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, the side switch. That's really unfortunate for Remade. That gives Abby a full combo, but there's a DP this time.
Gets a cute little bombo, gets the overhead with the stance. Looking very good for Remade here. Tough matchup.
DP again. Yeah, I mean, that's something that Ferry can consistently do in that situation. She can always challenge the L Starlet Sky frame trap with the far light. But of course, Remade ready with the DP.
Did not jump in. Unfortunately, Ferry doesn't have all of the like right tools to anti-air. It can be a little rough. Plus, you need to be like very awake.
Yeah.
Especially against a player who, like Remade, who probably knows his matchup pretty well, as we can see here. Going for some deep 6XLs. Overhead. Then,
good block, but yeah, you have to punish with a throw right there, especially if you're playing Ferry, who has a frame 6 jab.
Oh my god, the run-up spot dodge.
Wow, and actually that far, that close heavy even avoiding the GG right there.
Frame trap with the 4M. And Arashian wake up. Oh, gets the punish with the jump L. Going to a full corner combo. Oh. Funny little side swap. Nice one.
The SBA gets it this time. Abby now on 1 BP. Looking rough in this game.
Oh, goes for the low. Gets a block. Oh my god, that was the wrong button!
Yeah, I think that maybe was supposed to be a reaction DP, but unfortunate for Abby right there, getting the UGG instead.
Believe in victory. Battle
and now we made up 2-0. Abby having a little bit more trouble than I would like him to have, but competition as his competition. Oh, going for the high, going for the low. Classic hero pressure in the corner. He does 4L, like 4M, 2-2L a lot. Does get the frame trap, but doesn't get the follow-up. Though here, getting in full extension. No meter to cash out, but still getting some cute little damage. Goes for the low. And that's a pretty convincing round for Remake. Drops it! Gets it back.
Yeah, that's what's always awkward in that situation. You always kind of want to block the low predominantly, since the reward is so much higher than the overhead, and then, of course, the overhead starts just hitting.
Basically, oh my
wow,
god!
The parry from that far, still connecting.
Oh
Good
no!
jump from Remade as well.
Getting another full extension here, going for the low this time. Abby doesn't want to block them highs, you know. He's just trying to throw, oh my god, the bait on the MDP. Getting the full extension here, watch out for combo limits. Yup. See out.
All right, good block. Missing the block again on the 214 HM. Gonna convert straight into the SBA once again. Abby with his back to the wall. How does he respond? He's gonna get caught with the frame trap once again. Remade up 2-0 so far.
Oh, up 3-0 already. What? Yup, they're getting off already. It was a 3-0. Yeah,
that was a swift 3-0. Yeah,
that was
Score
really
did not
convincing.
Score not quite updating in real time, but yes, swift 3-0 for Remade. It was looking quite close early on between the two. Abby was really fighting back in that game one, but yeah, Remade definitely running away with things as the set progressed.
Like a lack of, again, as I said earlier, anti-air. Remade find them like the good timings to jump over fairy bottoms, because it probably felt like the timing at which Abby was mashing his button right in neutral. So gotta watch out for that. Close M as anti-air is not that good of a tool, but for Fairy, she has to work with that because 2H is air blockable, unfortunately.
Well, it's one of, I'd probably say, the best close M anti-air, but it's not a good 2H, for instance.
Of course.
But yeah, good stuff once again to Remade. Moving on to fight a Riot in the next set. But on stream next, we're going to be having MFH versus Mace of Hearts. Siegfried, the one of the final bastions of mid-Fried, so to speak, versus, of course, Mace of Hearts on the Seox, from what I recall.
Seox? I do remember them being master on the... I may be switching characters, do not believe me. Are they on Seox? Do they look like they play Seox? That's the real question.
Well, I have seen them on Seox.
Well, apparently they play Seox then. So.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, people switch their characters up all the time, but we can very confidently say that MFH is going to be on the Siegfrieds. Of course, one of the great Dutch players. Of course, plenty of fantastic Dutch players throughout the scene. Of course, Space, S1, Yese, Mundo, MFH, of course. Has been spending a lot of time in the UK, I believe, lives there for work, and involves himself a lot with the UK weeklies as well. Very, very solid player. Yep.
On the other hand, Mace of Hearts is a name that I've seen online quite a bit. I, of course, as I said just before, don't particularly know them, but I've seen them peek around in some online events, left and right. So I get pretty confident in them knowing the game pretty well. Maybe not the Siegfried matchup, and especially not against MFH, with such the strong, the last bastion to the mid-Fried is very solid with his character. We'll have to see if he knows how to deal with the pressure, the relentless pressure, of course, of Siegfried here. And something else to note, how will they approach overall the matchup? Even if it's not even with the how can I say it, MFH in front of him, right?
Yeah, I mean, Siegfried is definitely, obviously, he's always been a very well-rounded character. Sometimes a bit difficult to contest on defense, just because he has, decent 7-frame sweep. He's got the 2M, obviously a fantastic defensive button, as well as a really, really good meterless reversal. So, as Seox, you've really got to be careful with how you layer your pressure, especially considering that if Siegfried is the one that gets you into the corner, those hits are going to hurt when you're on the 14k health Seox.
Right now, checking their buttons, you can see them, MFH locking in into Siegfried. I see Mace of Hearts up, hovering over Yule. They may have not, switched character yet.
Yeah, I think that was just from the previous set.
Yup, you were right. I was wrong. It's do be the Seox here. Probably going to a little button check here to, make sure you get the right buttons.
Siegfried. Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Yeah, Mace of Hearts here on the player 1 side, MFH on the player 2. Of course, just checking the buttons real quick.
One thing I really like when we're at offline is to see how people check their own buttons, right? Mace of Hearts started with L, M, H, the classic buttons to U. On the other hand, he spammed 5U Raging Strike and backdash. We can already see is the game plan being constructed, even in button checks.
Got to check if those macros are all good.
Of course, of course. Now locking in, getting ready here to go into the second game of Headstomper 2025 here with the Granblue Fantasy versus Bulls. Let's get it. Oh.
Yeah, both those players just readying up and locking in, of course, Coliseum, classic.
The net-friendly stage. You know, I always feel kind of sad whenever I see these at offlines, because we see it at onlines a lot of times.
Yep.
And it's the opportunity to get some other stages, but that's just me being nitpicky, and we are starting off here the second game.
At least we got the Seahawks team playing.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent team.
Okay, the lost frames with the dive there. Playing a little bit of footies there on the MFH side.
Both these two just looking for an opportunity to get a solid hit.
Ooh, the jump you there. Mesava didn't know where to block left or right. The run up throws there. We're playing a little bit of Fighter 6.
Yeah, goes for the delay. Doesn't quite get the confirm afterwards. Has to go into RSRC in order to follow up the combo. Or could have gone for you Fireball if he wanted to extend as well.
Yep.
This time, Mace of Hearts going for the jump. Nice DP on the cancel. Almost gets the kill. This is going to be a rough situation for Mace of Hearts.
She points. Oh my god, the side swap on the BC attempt.
Very nice.
I know, yep. The run up 236M. There, MFH getting the 236M, you know, and Mesava trying to like spot dodge to not get into cheap situation.
Yep.
Oh, finds a little frame trap there with a 6-car execution. Run up close H.
Doesn't want to hold any of the pressure. Once again, MFH getting that throw. Gets a close light, but doesn't believe in the hit.
Okay. Oh my god, the footsies punishing the 6XL with their own 6XL. Going for a full extension here. Doesn't get a lot of damage because 6XL starter, but still, we get the BC off. MFH looking rough here at 1 BP.
That said, though, closing in on that 100 meter, and you know what Seahawks can do. A Siegfried even could do with 100 meter, but it's going to be the end of the round regardless. Good shimmy on the throw.
Mesava not letting himself being dominated here. Even though he has like less health, doesn't mean he's like less competent in this matchup here. Good. Oh, finds a low 2M. The stanky leg button. Try to play carefully around parry. Baits it out. Does a throw on it.
These throws have been working out very well. Once again, confirming into the Raging Strike. Doesn't get the close light afterwards.
Back throw incident here. MFH chance to like get some big hit coming in. Oh, instant road tech here from MFH. And yup.
Nice punish on the attempt right there. I think that was a backdash attempt, maybe like a 2-1-4, but either way, MFH going to take the first game.
Oh, gets find the 6XL into 6-car execution there. Going to full extension. And oh, yup.
Empty low, cheeky right there from Mace of Hearts. Gonna build quite a lot of meter here, I think. Maybe just enough for the SBA. Chooses not to go for it.
Oh no!
Oh, the Raging Strike incident, of course.
And yup, gets the enough height to go into that low extension there with the 2-2H, the Orkan. Oh my god, nice DP there on 6-car.
Oh, big frame trap right there.
Let's go to the extension.
Oh, just a little bit off on the timing of the meteor. Good reaction with the throw right there.
Okay. Buying a little bit of space. Nice block on D2M. The roll in. Pretty risky. Playing comfortably. Going back into the corner, but yup, gets slammed by the 2-1 for H here. MFH here having the like advantage mentally, you know. He was just going back. Mesava was just going back all this time.
Yeah, I like that MFH chose to go on the offense there. Just play that aggressive so he could pin Mace of Hearts into the corner. The block on the 2M. No bite right there either. Tries the 2H, but just a little bit too early.
Oh, back throw incident into the corner. Baits out the parry. Nice little throw again.
Yeah, these throws have been working out really well for MFH so far. There's going to be a ton of damage on this combo. Ending with the Schwarzerfang. Is this going to be enough? No, I think living just on a sliver. Yes.
Ooh, on a sliver of health. And of course,
the true blockstring 6-6-selling out. The cheek again.
Didn't have enough CD to like go into the corner, but at least got the position there, still on chip point, gets BC out, and yup, the far away should finish it off.
Very, very nice. MFH now up 2-0 here versus Mace of Hearts.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Here, oh, the jump over the projectile there, round start, going straight into the corner. Goes for the high, gets found the far rail but didn't confirm fully.
Yeah, once again, just using that 2M to fight his way out, back to the middle of the screen. He's getting a lot of those frame traps.
Ooh,
Don't need to BC that. That is minus on block. I think it's easy to forget for a lot of players.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's a cool little conversion, gets the bait on the throw. Doesn't confirm. Oh my god, big button.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, confirm. Very nice pick up off of the H Verdrangen as well.
Nice extension then. I always forget that like at some height, see if we can actually confirm off of like 214H.
Yeah.
Which does a superb amount of damage there. Especially on like Seahawks, who has like such a low health. Starting off well with 2M there. The BC.
Yeah, MFH maybe a little bit too comfortable right now. Tried to contest on the minus frames on BC.
Yep.
Again, just constantly it feels like MFH is the one in control, just driving Mace of Hearts into the corner every time.
Yeah. Oh my god, using the parry to go up close, but gets DP out, so going back into the mid-screen. Jump back.
We saw MFH try to go for a jab to stuff that, but the invul was just still about there. Gets the Uwe, and that is going to be more than enough. 3-0 to MFH.
Wow, I did not expect that amount of damage. I was like, maybe he's going to super. No, didn't even need it. Raging tried to finish it off. And as you said, MFH winning this game 3-0. Pretty convincing.
Yep, he'll be moving on to fight Svampen in the winners semis of the pool. Meanwhile, of course, off stream, we've still got our Riot versus Remade, who'll be fighting. The winner of that will be fighting in skill. So yeah, we've definitely got some real heavy hitters. I mean, there's plenty of heavy hitters on in every pool. We've definitely got a stacked tournament here at Headstomper. Very similar to how it was back in 2023. Europe really coming through once again with a vengeance.
Of course, and like even looking, just look at like pools per pool, right? Right now in this pool, just to show how stacked it is, we got Skill, we got Swampen, which is like already two big names, but the other names can pretty advance, like pretty convincingly advance in the bracket. Of course, MFH that we saw just now, Remade on the Euro. Still got the Yapper, right? With the Vikala, is he still on Vikala?
No, he's playing Narmaya now.
He did switch into a better character. I already see him like tweak React.
Well, we just saw the result of that off stream. Riot's SSBA just got blocked, and we saw him immediately ready the handshake. So Remade taking that set over Riot. He'll be playing against Skill.
Oh my god, the happiest French player. Oh my god, Skill. This man, I have never seen actually such a French dude being so happy of being there.
Yeah, he is always in a very jovial state of mind. Always got a smile on his face. Just ready to have a great time. But I believe we're going to be taking a short 5-minute break as we prep for the next couple of sets. Guys, make sure you don't go anywhere.
Stay hydrated.
of pools. Once again, I am Viram, and with me is Naihu once again.
Hello, good morning.
And yeah, we are going to be having Skill coming up for his first stream set of the day. Skill, of course, Arc World Tour finalist for Arc World Tour Finals 2024. Probably the best Soros in the world. I'm going to say it.
Yeah,
I think he's probably the best Soros in the world. And up against Remake. Remake once again defeating a Riot in the previous set. And now has a mountain to climb here with Skill.
What I'll be looking out for, me personally, is the fact that like Skill, every time I see him in play, he always do a combo I have never seen on Soris before. This guy knows all of the type of conversion that he can do, and they're all so sick. I just like wish I could just see this guy play like all day. But right now, starting off here, already back into the corner, BC out of the corner from Remade. 1 DP less. Finds more 4M.
Wow, immediately going for the DP. Doesn't want to hold anything right there.
Side swapping to the shimmy. Pure little frame trap. Goes for the 6XL. Oh, back throw. Yep. Oh, deep 6XM. Doesn't get the meat it well. Gets mashed out of the corner. Oh, Fruities. Ooh, that was Fruities.
And Skill is so good at kind of playing that mid-range in situations like that. He's really, really good at contesting and baiting your scramble buttons and then just perfectly placing those 2Ms or those 6XLs to punish you and convert.
You know, with a lot of damage, gets a little bit of footsies there with the 6XM. That doesn't go back in. Get to interrupt the H-punch. Try to punish that with 4M. I did see it. Lost frames. Blocking everything.
Going to the far medium this time, expecting Remade to press, challenge in some kind of way.
Oh, throw again. UDP coming out. Side swapping to get positioning. Oh, punishes the UDP. Oh,
huge bait on the jump right there. I don't think he's going to quite build the meter to 100. This is going to do a lot though.
Does that just end up safely? Probably UDP from Remade because that's getting stuffed out there. Skill getting the first game pretty convincingly fast. Yeah, I'm saying, bro. And he's probably like smiling like crazy on there. I know it. I know.
Yeah, such a joyous fella, always here to have a good time, but also to try his best and win, as we see time and time again.
Oh, didn't check their feet after the H-punch variant. Oh, goes for the jump. Punish!
Oh, yeah, so there are awkward heights and situations where the ULJU is actually punishable, particularly on that cross-up. It's very rare, but can happen. Skill ready as well.
Chip point. The damage is a factor there. Running up, rock smash, whiffing it out. Finds the 6XL, doesn't get anything into the corner. Gotta watch out for any type of reversal there. Anything can kill at any time. Finds the 6XL 2M there.
Yeah, definitely convert into the SSBA here. Drain those last 2 BP from Skill. And all of a sudden, Remade potentially at the cusp of making a comeback here. What will Skill do to respond?
I am calling out a jump to bait out any option.
Wow,
yes!
What a bait on the DP from Remade right there. Able to get the punish right after 2.
Oh my god, with the stance, I really did not think the stance there would kill. But the fact that he did SSBA just before made it do like extra damage. Closing at a distance, wow. Okay. Finds a 2M. Gets a 214H into kick.
Wow, huge 2H. That's going to be a lot of damage in the corner. Doesn't quite get the close heavy to be able to convert.
Still, finds a 6XL again. BC's out.
Plus frames right there, not watching your toes, and this is going to be more than enough damage for Skill to take the round.
You can see like how he just, as you said before, spaces himself out like in the like neutral, doing a lot of low interaction, which ultimately leads to like a killing combo in the corner whenever you get it first. Like,
yep. Ooh, gets a counter M punch.
Ouch.
Yeah, in the corner that can actually convert.
Oh,
wow, actually releasing the 5U right there.
Smash. Those Hanorashi from Remade has been doing a lot of work. He's probably doing them at like at moments where Skill cannot react with a punch.
Expected Remade to try to press there and just had the U dash punch at the ready. No conversion that time.
Oh my god. He's just like mixing it, running up Farrell, we're running up 6XL, get the punish on the 6XM here, and finish it up again. Second game.
Yeah, those 6XMs have been doing a lot of work for Remade. He's been managing to find a lot of hits with those. Unfortunately, even though UL's 6XM usually pretty easy to space, once you're at that kind of range, you can get those punishes with those 7 and 8 frame buttons.
Oh, finds the 5U, who gets a cute little stack, though Remade gets the 4H there. Gets the 4 extension there, full damage, going for the low, gets BC'd.
Plus frames once again.
Nice recognition there, only made of the minus frames, but again, U-punch coming in, punishing there with 6XM. Wow!
Yeah, Skill's so adept with those backdashes to create that space where he can create punishes for himself.
Oh, cute little spot dodge. Remade acted before. Oh my god.
Very nice pickup from Remade. Once again, fighting back, taking the first round again here in this third game.
Like, you can see that Remade is really comfortable playing any type of like player that we've seen before, right? Earlier than on stream against Abby. But here is it's like the first roadblock that he's facing. He knows how to like deal with most of the situation, but Skill has more experience, and he's the one who can like close our round better.
Yeah.
And again, like all of the cheap little points, though here, as I said that, Remade finds a cute little opening with the 2U.
Yeah, remembering how good that 2U into the 2-2U is. All right, Skill getting a throw finally. Big frame trap right there, close enough to the corner. Gets the double U impact, the double impact knuckle, no, double roundhouse fang, excuse me.
Okay, was not enough to kill, didn't have enough meter to close out the game, the 2H.
Ready with the anti-air, just went for the far medium, very kind of low commitment option, and just had that 2H primed and ready as a result.
Oh my god. Skill is so ready for all of those little interaction that happens. Yeah, again, see, he's now like blocking his feet a little more in the neutral, being able to like punish those 6XM. Oh my god, double 5U, 4 stacks already, 5 stacks already.
Yep, so if he gets put into SSBA range, it's going to be a lot harder to KO.
And wow!
The UDP managing to get the hit.
Oh! That's still a frame of punch. What? That wasn't it here!
Another huge 2H coming out from Skill. He's just looking in prime form right now.
Oh my god, run up throw.
Oh, huge close light for Remade right there. Not quite gonna get the wall bounce.
Still, one throw away from taking maybe his first game. Oh,
reversal SBA, yeah, that's gonna get blocked, and that is gonna be the round and the game for Remade, keeping himself alive in the winner's side.
Skill tried to go for the read on the Scarlet Sky after 4M, but beautiful bait from Remade, just doing 4M into nothing. I really thought that since 4M is like -9 on block.
-7.
-7. I thought the SBA could punish, but never mind. Just misread information. My bad here. Okay. Both players taking like a breather, thinking about what to do. Remade is keeping his composure, really. Against Skill, being able to like pick up a game like this is really good. Now like the momentum has maybe like switched off a little bit. Let's see if he can carry on.
Good DP once again. Remade has been pretty on the ball with these DPs so far. Nice pickup off of the 6XL. They're gonna go into an SBA conversion. Good recognition of the meter.
Did find the 6XL on the 2M attempt from Skill. This time going for the low. Doesn't go for a lot of high. Scare you know, this dude being able to have a -6 punish. Oh my god, the 2H goes so high.
The slight delay on it as well. All this damage in the corner. Attack on the throw once again, but no pickup off the 6XL. Oh. Nice catch on the Hanarashi.
Oh, that is so spaghetti. Blocks the UDP and gets the punish with the 4M.
Remade really fighting once again, gets the first round again.
Being able to win a little bit more interaction in neutral, being a little bit more solid here. Being able to fight back against Skill. Oh, the H-point goes in, already into the corner. Oh, no. The bait on the MDP. Big damage coming from Skill. Gets a little shimmy.
Yeah, finally gets one of those baits and is going to convert, most likely into the SBA. Has all the resources to spend. This is going to do a lot of damage. One more hit is going to do it, and the meaty 2M is more than enough. Skill once again here at set point.
You cannot give like the leeway to Skill like this, because he knows how to like mix up their option in the corner here. Getting a really convincing round, the run up to H.
This one Remade coming through with the anti-air, gonna get the full combo. Nice delay on the 6XL. Very nice catching the delay button. We've been seeing that a lot from Skill on defense. Remade with the answer. First overhead, but doesn't want to hold anymore.
Ooh, nice bait on the BC attempt. Catching like the Raging Strike startup. Lost frames.
Ooh, yeah, went for the spot dodge that time, trying to bait Remade to go for an option. Gets the hit once again. And if he converts this, he's going to even up the set. No, the drop! Huge drop for Remade right there.
Tried to go for the close stage, but would have been better to go for the close set because he would have killed anyway. Skill here, not letting Remade fix up that problem.
Amazing reaction on the cancel right there. Remade evening up the set 2-2. If Remade takes this, especially with the reverse 3-0, that will be quite the upset.
Oh yeah. Imagine setting Skill this early into the loser bracket. I'm already like, it would be extremely like, in a way good for him because he'd have like less strong opponents, but at the same time he had to go play a lot of more games into the losers, right?
Oh yes.
So try to play a little bit of footsies there. Try to go for the shimmy. I would have like mash tech there. Okay, H punch.
Something that we're seeing a lot more from Remade is we're seeing him really try to play around those pokes of Sorrows, that medium, trying to counter poke it and whiff punish it with the 2M and the far heavy. Right.
Universal is out. Oh, the punish on the throw with the 214M. The option that we barely see on Yuo because it's so punishable.
Yep.
Oh, H-punch again. And
oh, yeah, the conversion into the U-dash punch this time. Skill finally getting a first round. And once again, here at set point.
Immaculate Fuse is here, stuffing out the 4M from Remade and converting swiftly into a winning strike. The run-up jump U.
Nice, using the 623M, the M roundhouse fang as the punish this time. Meaty on the 2M, big hit right here, and all this pressure, Remade finally be seeing out. Oh, the whiff on both sides!
Oh, Spaghetti, those side swap, we take it. Oh my god, the punish on the 4H. The side swap, nice block from Remade. He has an opportunity to do a lot of damage if he finds a good hit. Those Skill spending that BC to go back to mid-screen. The H-punch again, and the kick to finish it off. Skill winning up 3-2. Nice little comeback from Remade, getting 2 wins out, but Skill being able to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot at the end right there. Skill was making really, really good use of the H-dash punch, just kind of baiting certain options from Remade and just whiff punishing with the H-dash punch, of course, right at the end there, closing out the set with the 623H as a result.
Yeah, and like, I want to point out that I feel like Remade, since he's a Yuo player, he likes to jump a lot, and we did see that in Abby, and even like in the earlier games of the set, but he did calm down and adapt to the way that Skill plays neutral, which allowed him to like win out those interactions, go a bit better into the corner, find the deep 6XL. It's always so funny when someone just runs up and deep 6XL. It's mental damage.
Yep.
It's mental damage.
Because you get more damage off of going for the close light anyway.
Yeah.
But the 6XL, of course, it just does a lot of work. It's just obviously ubiquitous throughout this game. Such a fantastic tool and used very, very well from both players. I believe next up, however, we are going to be moving on to the other winners semi set with Svampen versus MFH.
MFH that we've seen just before Siegfried. Svampen here. Who is he gonna play?
The Beatrix.
The Beatrix?
And the reason why is because obviously both of Svampen's characters, Beatrix and Zeta, affected quite heavily in this patch. Beatrix, of course, experiencing some direct nerfs, the fireball change. She got a couple of compensation buffs, like the advantage on counter M riding free.
Yes.
But definitely overall, I would say nerfed a little bit. I think some people have tried to claim that this character is mid-tier. I don't really agree. I think the character is still very strong.
Very strong.
Zeta, however, even though she didn't receive a direct change, so to speak, the removal of fuzzy overheads means that character has to completely restructure her offense, which means it's a lot easier, I think, for Svampen to jump into the Beatrix than it is the Zeta.
Yeah. I've seen, which is very funny, Bread, the very famous Zeta player, going on stream, titled, "If I cannot do an F-Shiki, the stream ends." And I think the stream lasted for 20 minutes, so that was very funny to see. You can feel like all of these Zeta players being impacted by this like change, right? Because I think out of all of the characters in the game, Zeta and Grimnir were the one that profited the most out of this 50-50.
Yep.
Grimnir didn't get changed much because he still has a lot of like strong setups here, but Zeta really hard. That's why, as you said, Swampin is going to go with the Beatrix here.
Yeah, Grimnir definitely a character that can already layer his offense incredibly well. You know, the seals let him do throw baits incredibly well, very high reward ones. Another character that benefited off the fuzzy was Cagliostro at a high level. Definitely a character who's losing out, particularly against taller characters. But yeah, Beatrix versus Siegfried, most likely what we're going to see.
And as we said at the beginning, since we're in the 2.1 patch, we're going to see like one of the first nerf. For now, I haven't seen a lot of like Versusia or like La Diva and Vasaraga, which are the big winner this patch. Maybe La Diva a little less. Some of those buffs are like kind of placebo effect from what I've seen, right?
The biggest one I would say is the LSBD being 5 frames.
Yes.
It gives her more opportunities to play, to threaten on defense, to RPS on defense, to be able to challenge characters during their own pressure. You know, you go for a +1 option on pressure, and if you're too close, the threat of the LSBD is there.
Of course, always. And here, little Gran, of course, we can see that this is not the real game, just a button check. I love button checks. Let's see. As I said, let's see how they button check. So it's just so. I mean, backdash, testing all of the buttons. The skill one. Yup, everything is tested from Swampin side. Now from MFH, Raging Strike, of course. Swampin is ready.
All right, both players good to go.
Of course. Picking up the real characters right now. The little over, up, left from Swampin. Breathing pretty convincingly. Oh, I didn't see the plushie in his t-shirt. Look.
Yeah, the Beatrix plush goes everywhere with him.
Of course.
If you follow Swampin on social media, you'll always find whenever he takes a trip to somewhere, he usually chronicles it with the Beatrix plush in various situations, various places.
Thinking out like his favorite character from the game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Character he was most anticipating for Granblue Fantasy Versus in general. Really wanted the character in base game, of course, getting her in Rising as well. And a very kind of different character to Zeta as well, despite the fact that, you know, they're both part of the society, both silly gals.
And like judging from the character select like buttons, either Swampin was considering another character, or was again thinking about how to approach the matchup, right? How does this matchup really go for like Beatrix? What would we?
So I know for a while this is one of those matchups where Beatrix players, even when she was at her strongest, they weren't really a fan of fighting Siegfried. You know, he has the ground traveling fireball, he has great mid-range options to stuff her out. Of course, the 2M being chief among them, as well as that Verdrangen. MFH already starting off pretty strong, driving Swampin into the corner. And yeah, that is of course one of the crucial changes that has been made to Beatrix so far. The change to the H Fireball, Star Chaser. We're gonna still combo straight into the SBA. All this damage from the jump punish.
Still getting quite a hefty amount of damage there. The back throw incident there from MFH. 1 BP left, but it can do a lot of damage if you can find an opening. PC out from Swampin. Oh, the bay throw and the the delayed jump there, catching up the throw.
Yeah, and that is kind of that is definitely a habit that MFH has as a liberal thrower himself. He loves to also go for delay throw on defense, and Swampin already in this first round exploiting that to great effect.
See, tried to go for a little bit of footsies there with a 4H.
Just heavily minus right there. Expected MFH to try to take his turn, but MFH patient on the defense.
Nice punish on the whiff throw. Star Chaser.
Just a little bit out of range to actually get the conversion. Almost gets the punish. Goes for LDP. That is a punish on -6.
Yes. That's very smart, actually. Okay. Goes for the double throw.
Gets the opening with the jabs as well. That's going to be a solid chunk of damage. Not enough to KO Siegfried, and instead going to go for the route into you Thunderbirds for the safe jump.
Tries to go for the colossal, get BC'd out. The deep 6XL from MFH. Getting full extension in the corner.
Yep, there's going to be a conversion straight into SSB. Drops it afterwards.
Oh no, that is very rough. Low HP and no BP.
And here's the basketball, of course, keeping it nice and simple. Swampin taking that first game.
dunking his way into the bracket, as you said, taking first game here at Headstomper 2025. Oh, that was rough. That was rough on MFH.
Yeah, that was a very, very big drop. Would have been interesting to see what would have happened if he managed to confirm into the SSBA. Of course, Siegfried's SSBA, I believe, one of the ones that side switches, so he wouldn't have had corner offense anymore. And yeah, once again, round start far heavy from Svampen, runs all the way up, goes for the 5U, nothing is forever, including that defense. Nice spot dodge on the fireball.
Oh no, my god. The little gap there. That's a cute little extension as well. Oh my god, getting the safe setup, of course, going for the empty throw. And catches the delay mash from MFH. That was such a convincing round from Svampen, getting to see a combo I've never seen on Beatrix before.
Yeah, very, very dominant rounds. I believe there was changes to L Thunderbird from Beatrix, specifically on, I want to say on count hit, so I'm not sure if that played a factor there.
Okay,
but yeah, once again, good start from Svampen.
So, okay, rocks out the DP there. Try to like buy a bit more breathing room in a risky way.
Oh, big spot dodge. I was expecting Svampen to be a little bit earlier on the potential punish.
Yep. Oh, try catches the running up to you. UDP again. MFH really aggressive on his defense there.
Yeah, he's feels like he's swapping a little bit more out of those delay throws and going more for those DPs to try to contest on defense. Still a rough situation now.
Cute little damage there from the Beatrix character. Okay, the safe side. Oh my god, the delay. Spaghetti.
Nice 2M once again.
Running up. Back throw. A lot of damage being available on the MFH side. Full meter. Oh, the weave punish on the 2M. He's so good at this. He's so good.
Yeah, beautiful spacing trap from Svampen, of course. That's one of the big benefits of the light strings. You know, Siegfried 2M, obviously a fantastic button for stuffing out those 6XL attempts after the far lights. But, you know, also, when you're a player like Svampen, you have those spacing traps at the ready.
You cannot play footsies against someone who plays base game, am I right?
It is a struggle.
And oh, again, as you said before, a lot of tech throws here from MFH. Svampen is baiting a lot of them.
The punish, oh, lovely bait on the UDP. MFH going to get a nice chunk of damage here, going to full basketball. And I think that's going to be enough. With no hits combo limit.
Yeah. Yes, again, I guess the jump back on the jump over with the jump L. Managed to like confuse Svampen on what and how to block, which allows MFH to close out the round. Did the basketball but drop with the combo limit.
Yeah, needed to go into the H for Durangan after the second hit of the triple attack. Nice whiff punish from MFH. Yeah, that is punishable, unfortunately. At that spacing, the 6XH.
Oh,
wow, the confidence right there from Svampen just to go for the close heavy.
Run up 5U. Something is forever. Still manages to get the advantage. Only one bravery point left for Svampen. A little bit of tough. Gets its like cute little body caught by the 2-on-6.
Nice 2U right there. And this is going to be a lot of damage for MFH. This time converting into the H for Durangan. No bite from Svampen though.
Oh, little cheeky 2U attempt to jump out of the corner.
Oh, but no conversion.
Oh.
Drops from Svampen.
6XM.
Big 6XM.
2U. Going for the chip damage. Run up 5U.
Wow, the run up 5U to take the round. The balls of steel from Svampen. He is the hero of Sweden for a reason, keeping himself alive here on the winner's side.
Oh my god, that was so risky. And the 5U got from so far away from what I'm used to. Such a crazy option, but manages to get something. The 6XL there from MFH. Running up. Oh!
Nice, cancel into the DP. Great reaction on the clash from MFH. Nice bait on the BC as well.
Gets willing tension this time. Not dropping the 4H. Getting the second one going to SSBA. Prepare your fine, yes. Getting all of the damage. Tough situation for Svampen. He goes for UDP.
Yeah, brute forcing his way out. Does not want to stay in the corner. And again, baiting that throw. Goes for the wall bounce. Maybe didn't need it with the Delta clock there. And yeah, gonna go into SSBA, reversing the fortune of the BP situation. Immortal Assault.
I love this animation so much. It feels so rough. Just like MFA situation there. low damage, not out of VP, the shimmy there.
Yeah, good patience on block from MFH that time, using the M Fireball to get back to the mid screen.
Oh, almost punish. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow, I think that was such a good decision from MFH to go for the DP there after the block BC.
Like, 3 interactions happened in the span of like 30 frames. I don't know what, my brain is confused. But still, MFH scoring 1 on the board. Still not abandoning, stuffing out the 6XL from Swampin.
Yeah, pressing those 2 Ms I think a little bit earlier now, seeing that Swampin is going for these deep 6XLs very often. Big jump out the corner from Swampin.
Oh, okay. Finds a little 2M into like late 236H. Oh, goes with the run up 66H. Finds another 2M.
This is looking real solid for MFH so far. Don't think he's going to have enough damage here to get the KO, but still going to take the damage where he can.
Oh, the little shimmy bending out the 2L, but doesn't get anything out of that bait out option. Oh, again, the run up, jump, and catches the spot dodge attempt with the 2-1-4. Bonking.
Very difficult situation for Swampin right there, just trying to make that comeback, even with your Delta Clock shenanigans.
Now that MFH like scored 1 on the board, he's the one who has a little bit more like advantage here, mentally speaking. The DP is out from Swampin. Bit more risky option, plus frames there. Nice little spot dodge. Swampin here has to like switch around the momentum, right? And oh my god.
Very, very nice bait on the DP once again. It definitely feels like, as you said, MFH feeling a lot more comfortable as the set is progressing.
Probably figuring out to do wake up. You fireball almost gets the wall bounce, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, the jump out the corner, delayed jump, and he's going to be able to build the meter for SSBA, but no, chooses not to spend it. Tries to bait with the throw, tries to bait the throw with the U Thunderbird. M Thunderbird with the throw. Once again, here in Winners Semis, we're seeing a 2-2 situation.
MFH, even though from the whole set, has been like baited out this option, still goes for the delay tech here. Swampin going back into the character select, thinking a bit more, recomposing himself. MFH also has an opportunity to think a bit more about what he should do. I could read on his lip the word stop. I can only guess it's like stopping mashing so early. I can see his smile.
Now, the thing about Swampin is that he can play pretty much the entire cast to a very, very high level. He's not going to play the Wayne, but if there's another character he locks in, it probably still will be the Zeta. Yeah, here it is.
Yes!
The thing about Swampin as well is that even though he can play so many characters in the cast to a very high level, he very much is strict with his tournament characters. He will always play Beatrix or Zeta. He's not going to play anyone else.
Of course. Going with the back old main here. Their character is done a lot of work with, showed a lot of results. Let's see if he still has in the belly here to win out this first one, essentially. And, well, technically Swampin still has sort of an advantage because MFH doesn't really know how to play against Swampin Zeta, whereas Swampin knows how to play against like MFH Siegfried. But for now, looks like MFH is the one who was, again, advantage in the positioning. Oh, the bits out on the Rhapsody.
Big throw right there, yeah. Gets to jump out the corner, and now here's the start of the offense. Once again, no fuzzies available, but still plenty of stuff that you can do with a throw right there from MFH again.
Oh, spot touch. Looking rough from Swampin. Still can't come back. Wow, risky DP.
Big DP right there, and the far H to catch the backdash. MFH now the one here at set point.
Completely turning the tides?
Yeah.
The tides, yeah, of the match. He's the one on set point here against Swampin. Let's see if he can come around. Oh, finds
beautiful whiff punish.
Yup, the delay jump U. Oh, the spot dodge on the 6XL, super risky. Gets the combo extension on crouching. Yup, goes for the full extension, and I love Zeta combo so much. Goes for the 2M frame kill.
Wow, the spacing of the 6XL even.
Again! The spot dodge on the Orkan and running up on the parry. A lot of damage from Swampin here.
I think this is enough to get the KO. Straight into the Resolute Strike. The SBA is enough, even with the high health of Siegfried. Swampin with the huge call out and the huge reward. Now, double Luigi here.
Situation, yup. Swampin still has it somewhere deep in him. He still loves playing the Zeta. Oh, the jump on the 2-1-4. Again, getting this extension on crouching. Yup. Full combo.
Maximizing that extension. Great throw this time. Safe jump setup.
goes for a fake jump here with a LDB. TEKKEN, nice smash on the command grab.
Yeah, just Svampin playing so confidently around these options. Tries to anti-air with a close heavy right there, just a little bit off on the mark.
Still, the clash interaction.
Oh, doesn't get the punish. Oh my god, the 2U actually hitting from across the screen.
Oh my god. The second hit of 2U connecting MFH, reacting to that. Rough situation from Svampin. The jump.
Big throw. Now this is real tough as Svampin right here. True block string. Oh, no punish.
So tough. Buying up space.
And gets the clip with the H fireball. MFH making the upset. Taking out Svampin 3-2.
Wow.
Knocking Svampin down into the loser's side.
H fireball, both beating the L projectile and finishing off right afterwards. Amazing set between these two players. Oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat. I even like got up a few times because it's so...
Yeah, incredibly close back and forth between those two. And honestly, all it would have taken at the end for Svampin right there, I think he had the 50 meter. If he went for the U laser instead of the L, that would have been more than enough to pierce through the fireball of Siegfried and get the victory for Svampin. But once again, good stuff to MFH. He will be fighting Skill in the winners finals of the pool. But Svampin, of course, still alive in the brackets. And I'm not sure. I think we're going to be moving straight on to the winners set, winners side, winners finals. So once again, that is going to be Skill versus MFH pretty soon.
Going back a little bit on the bracket here, if we go look at the loser side, we can see Remade and Mace of Art fighting in the losers quarterfinals.
Meanwhile, of course, Riot will be fighting off against Svampin.
Yep.
That is definitely a rough set to have to fight, particularly on your relatively new, only recently trained Narmaya. But you know, he's got a quite an uphill struggle right there. But hopefully he can keep composure.
Such an upset here. Like as I said, Svampin and Skill really like the top dog of this pool. But so a lot of name that could push through manages to get the win. It was. Probably didn't see a lot of it, but the crowd, I could hear them. I could hear them with this like headset. Going back with my own voice and Vilma's one. It was such an amazing here at Headstomper today. It's so crazy. Yeah,
crowd definitely on MFH's side. As you mentioned before, I believe Remade and Mace of Hearts have started their set, or they're button checking off stream. Once again, shout out to all of you guys coming through for Headstomper 2025. We have plenty of games here. Yesterday, of course, we had the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike side bracket. Justin Wong, clean sweeping. But yeah, today, all of the main games are today. Everything Granblue related is happening today. And then for the other main games, City of the Wolves, Street Fighter 6, Tekken, and Guilty Gear Strive, they will have their top 8s tomorrow. But of course, make sure with Granblue to tune in to the top 8 at 9 p.m. Central European time, I believe it's going to be at. Yes,
it is. For the even just for the pools, right now we're seeing Pool A. Pool B will also be streamed just after this pool. Though Pool C and D unfortunately won't be on stream. We'll be getting into City of the Wolves pools just after. But I've seen some phones going around here on the setups. Desily is doing a phone stream, so if you want to catch up some off-stream games, you can still go around to Desily's. But now, though, we can see Skill and MFH doing their button checking, getting ready, and
now this I think would be an even more incredible upset for MFH, not just because Skill, I would say at the moment, is one of the strongest players in Europe, but also this matchup is actually quite rough for Siegfried. Sorez can contest a lot of what Siegfried does incredibly well. The nature of Sorez's normals makes it very difficult to play the mid-range for Siegfried, and just Sorez is deceptively good at just suffocating Siegfried. I know Fitterson has, he himself has stated time and time again that he really doesn't feel comfortable, really doesn't like this matchup on the Siegfried.
Okay. So well, if you see how MFH approaches it. Oh, forgot to activate something. Yep, the macros, of course. The backdash macros. Having a little bit of trouble there. Okay. Checking the buttons again. Making everything skill block LMH. We can see them. Look at his smile. How can you not be in love with this man next to you?
They're having fun.
Everyone here is having fun. Such a great venue as well. You can see a little bit behind the players, but the venue is so spacious. There's like a lot of like breathing room. You can walk freely, play a little bit of sets, watch your like mates getting beat up in the bracket. Hopefully not, but you know, can still happen.
Hopefully watching them winning.
Oh yeah. But now, confirming the character, locking in. What?
I think they're just waiting for confirmation from our resident TO Cake. There he goes.
And they do be good to go. The fist bump of respect. Going swiftly into here. Winners final, sorry, here of Pool A.
And of course, the winner of this will qualify for top 8 later tonight, as we said.
Yep. Since there isn't like a top 16 or like top 12, directly to top 8 right after pools. Now, you can see a smooth start for skill here, going already to the corner, try to whiff punish 6XL. Oh, the delayed dwell. Looking at the full conversion of Rock Smash. Nice, whoa! 6XL, H-kick.
Another crucial difference, I think, in this matchup between these two characters is like the difference in reward off of these mid-screen hits. These mid-screen 6XLs are so much more meaningful for Sorridge than they are for Siegfried. Nice reaction on the M-dash punch.
Still running up close H, finds a little counter hit stakes. Wow! Okay, oh my god, I'm getting confused here. Skill closing out the first round here pretty convincingly, even though MFH had to fight back a little bit, dealt like almost no damage. That's why it's found so weird against Skill, right? Some players are having like, not trouble, but they can fight back. But then you see that as the round ends, Skill has more than 60% of his health.
Yep.
How does that even happen?
Again, it's just kind of the disparity in damage mid-screen between these two characters. The reward for Sorridge, generally speaking, is a lot higher, and the pressure so smothering at times. To the DP.
Run up throw. The 2M meaty gets UDP'd out of like any follow-ups.
Once again, delay mash.
Ooh, almost punishes the 2M. Oh my god, wow! Nice spot dodge, but doesn't get any confirm out of it. Now Skill is the one is in the blue type of health. MFA joining him right back. Playing slowly. Oh, finds the 2M, 236U, and Skill takes up the first game.
Yeah, big confirm once again from Skill. Well, I mean, we saw this in the past couple of sets. The favorite going up early until running it all the way to a game 5 situation.
Run up, throw. Again. Skill taking a lot with normal buttons. Finds it to you.
Yeah, being very, very patient on defense so far. Good catch once again. Conversion tries to go for a 6-6-8 right there. Huge counter hit from MFH. Going to go and spend the cash. Deal all this damage in corner carry.
And even though, as you said before, Sorridge is the one who has like most damage mid-screen, if Siegfried finds a good opening like this, he can just, with the momentum, confirm, go to the corner and apply his pressure. And MFH here getting the first round of the second game.
Yeah, really like how MFH was structuring his offense there, just kind of delaying that 2L as long as possible to finally catch the delay mash from Skill.
Doing like adapting to how both of these players approach defense. Nice little opening there from Skill. Goes for the blossom block. Close H. Side swaps. Oh! Find the local sim! Doesn't confirm anything to it. Nice PC there.
He's going to get the grab once again.
Oh,
wow, light dash punches out of the blue.
Wow. Oh. I feel like I've seen MFH doing a lot of shimmies, but I feel like they're not like effective enough because it's not running up close difficulty enough, you know, for them to work. So this time, gets the grab.
0 BP on the side of MFH. He does have to be careful even with the corner control here. Nice 2M to intercept. He has to go straight into SBA here. No BP, but should still be enough. Yes.
MFH here being a bit more solid there into the mid-screen. Not like throwing too much buttons, mostly playing with frame traps and just like deep 6XL instead of like 2Ms, because as we saw earlier, Skill is really good at punishing them. The stuff out, double stuff out to the corner.
Right, once again, here comes the pressure from Skill this time. And those throws, MFH does those throws a lot. He loves to go for the run-up throw after he BCs out the corner.
So, finds a cool little web.
Yes, has definitely the resources to get the KO here. Gonna keep it nice and simple with the RSRC. Doesn't even need the RC.
The little Soya there from skill. Again, see, you got the round, almost 80% health. Even though it was down 2 BCs and like MFH got some straight hits in. Minus frames, just block.
Wow, goes for the command grab this time. Deliverance towards the corner. This time the attack on the throw.
Nice little contest there.
Oh! Contesting the U Fireball beautifully with the U Impact Knuckles.
Run up to sell after BC. Oh, unfortunately catches the backdash with the 2-1-4H. Blocks the 6XM. Oh, Footies stuff out again from Skill with the 4M. Again, you punch through projectiles. And Skill gets the third even. Whoa, what am I saying?
Yeah, using that very, very aggressively because he realized that MFH liked to go for the Fireball on defense to try to take his turn at those longer ranges.
Oh, again, jumps that over the projectile. Already starting off the round pretty well into the corner. Oh, 6XL on the side swap.
Wow, the whiff punish on the Verdrungen with the U Impact Knuckles. Amazing awareness from Skill right there.
He almost got even the extension there with the H kick. Ooh. Again, try to confirm into 6U, but didn't have meter.
Yep.
Run up to U from MFH, getting animation and the side swap. Thinking of the homies.
Half the life bar just gone. Oh, no punish on the whiff throw.
Skill is very patient. He's just holding. Punish! Yes.
Huge punish right there. Skill now at set point. And that was a little bit risky to contest. Had MFH, I think, gone for the Uwe, that would have been the round for him instead.
So, double spot dodge on the fireball. Nice block. Oh! Doesn't get the punish there on the follow-up. Orkan.
Oh, the trophy.
Gets a little trophy on the PS5. Again! The 4M Footsies.
Other Impact Knuckles. Pressuring in the corner. Tries to catch the approach forward with the H Roundhouse Fang.
Oh, Footsies! Went something with the 4M at the end there.
Huge 2H. Gonna confirm and keep it simple. There it is. Skill, your first competitor to make top 8 here at Headstomper 2025.
But still, even though MFH just lost barely at the door, he still has another chance, of course, here into the loser side of the bracket. Still see Remade and Mesavat playing, even though you can see that Remade most likely the one who won. So we can see we'll see another duo here. On the other side, though, we got Swampin and Riot.
Yep, Swampin and Riot. Destiny is streaming that set as we speak, so if you want to check out that set right now, you can. So from our perspective, we can't actually see what's happening aside from Riot laughing as he usually does.
Of course. I don't know, like for him, if it's like a coping mechanism to laugh because he's losing or to laugh because something really funny happened and like he's winning, you know.
I think he's just having a good time.
Oh, most likely.
He's a very sincere individual. I think he's just having fun.
And even speaking mid-set, probably something happening there. We have to wait a little bit for those gamers to catch up, though.
Yeah, it is fun, honestly, just trying to gauge what is happening based on Riot's reactions, because, like, he just kind of bent his head back like a...
Literally, that one big elastico, I'm dead, you know, looking at the skies. They're still playing, though. Probably a close set, even though he's on the Lone Moya there. A lot of public behind them too, watching the set. I can see like Dog Bagel there. Of course, Destiny I said just before.
And of course, we mentioned Riot, but Swampin also actually a very kind of emotional player. Definitely one that, for all of his strengths, can sometimes get in his own head. But, you know, that's not to take anything away from his ability as a competitor. You know, when he is on form, he is absolutely terrifying, and any good player in Europe will be able to tell you as such.
Like, remember last year there wasn't Headstomper, unfortunately, and back into 2023, I barely got into community, right? I decided to like boot up the stream of Headstomper, and I have one vivid memory of that, which is that one set against Dudakov. You know, the jump, they both buried. Dudakov was playing Seahawk, so it didn't have a follow-up, and Swampin jumping out parry into like the H follow-up, so the kick. It was so incredible. That moment was so hype.
Yep, it was a pure call out. Pure call out with the H Rhapsody, the confidence right there.
It was like on double Luigi as well. Like really last hit, everything from both players would have killed, and Swampin like safe jump, Rhapsody.
Yep.
Who does that? Just this guy. When he has the confidence, he's so like threatening to play against. You can feel like the aura managing to like cover up your like fog of war almost. But when you get into this head, as you said, it can be a little harder for Swampin to come back.
Yeah.
So that's something to like keep in mind. But still, pretty solid player.
Yeah, I think that is kind of what happened in the set versus MFH. He started getting into his own head a little bit, but I'm definitely curious to see how the set versus Ariat is going. Of course, if any of you guys in the chat are looking at the set via Destiny stream, make sure to let us know what is happening.
Like who's up, who's losing, who's winning.
And of course, we got some incredible action as well coming up in the upcoming pools, upcoming brackets. As you mentioned before, not streaming pool C and D. I'm kind of annoyed about that because previously I was in pool B, right? And then I got shifted to pool C.
Oh.
So now I don't get any on-game stream.
Oh no!
And then my pool also has both the Matera's. It's got Desalee, Dudakov. It's got Bogus in it. I'm like, Cake's out to get me, man.
Of course, you one of the players that loves the Wayne, of course, right?
I don't know how I wronged Cake for him to do this to me, but I must have done something. I apologize.
But still, looks like they've finished playing. I can see this as a living and them packing their stuff.
Yep.
Going to see who won just in the moment on StarTG. Swampin won the set. Thank you, Rundine, for telling us here in the chat. And all right,
so it's going to be
out,
it's going to be Swampin versus Remade on the loser side. Winner of that set, once again, is going to qualify to top 8. No, is going to winner of that set faces MFH, and that is the top 8 qualifier.
Yes.
Yeah. So will Swampin, well, both these players actually, no. Will Swampin be able to get his run back versus MFH, or will MFH have to fight Remade instead?
We'll have to know. You can see Remade climbing up the stairs to go on the little scene there, setting up. Just, chilly. You can feel that like Remade is a chill guy, right? In the set before, he was always calm in the in-between game scams. Could feel like he's strong composure, just thinking carefully, adapting his UO game plan, just to be able to win. And for now, it looks like it's been working because even though we lost one set, went to losers, he's still fighting back, eliminating slowly but surely his opponents, and just standing there, all calm and relaxed. I didn't even know he was French up until last Dunkin' Yips.
Yeah.
So funny. You got to see a little French team kill before against Skill. The best Frenchman comes out, of course. For now, we're just again waiting. You can see again this beautiful venue. I swear it doesn't look as dark as it is on screen, and it's so kind of chilly. I have a hoodie, but I'm not feeling that particularly hot, which is super good. But again, if you feel hot, there's still ice cream there, the ice cream machine.
Shoutouts, of course, to the free ice cream. Always a reason alone to come to Headstomper, but of course, the wonderful staff here put on a fantastic event year after year. Obviously, as mentioned before, missed last year, but previous years, I was only at 2023, but that was definitely one of my favorite tournaments of that year.
Yeah. And from the viewer experience was really good at home too.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you hear a right speaking even though I have the mic? Oh my god. Anyway, something quite funny that I saw, right, is the how do you say it? The ad from the Headstomper Twitter, right? They were keeping in touch with the community by giving out information. One really funny tweet that I saw is the one with the ice cream. Do you remember what it says?
Yep. Remind me and the people at home.
What did that? I'm talking about the one where it went like, even if you go 2-0, you can still eat some ice cream, you know. Do you remember that one?
I remember it vaguely. I don't remember the exact wording.
It was like such like a hard call out for all of those people that unfortunately go 2-0, but that still can like get some recompense with a nice little ice cream. But you can see there, we made it swamping.
I mean, the thing is, 25% of people who enter a bracket go 0-2. 25% of an entire tournament goes 0-2. So there's no real shame in going 0-2.
Yeah. It's like a natural thing to overcome if you want to get like better at the game, but like everyone passes through here. Both of those players that we see right now standing had to go 0-2 one day when they started playing, of course.
Yep. Button checking on the Vayne. Honestly, I'd kind of love to see the Vayne. Vayne, another character that was buffed. The 5U received some buffs. It now actually combos on counter hits, increased range on his 214L, and the shield is way bigger.
Yeah. Not like big buffs, but the quality of life improvement, and as you said, making 5U a bit more usable. Because before you could just like take out damage, you wouldn't get a real punish, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now you can get some funky little close sell into 2U, which is a cool juggle that I always like to see. Now, rocking the Lunalu.
Honestly, I genuinely would like to see him on the Vayne. Vayne is, I would say, one of his strongest characters. Unironically, one that he's, you know, of course he's got like the whole cast to master rank, but Vayne is one of the ones he kind of plays a bit more beyond the obviously his mains.
Hovering over the character that is not allowed.
Yeah, Galleon is of course banned for this tournament, even though we are playing on the new patch.
Still thinking.
Zeta.
Okay. Going for the Zeta.
He has to lock in a second time, and he is. So we are going for the Zeta. The fist bump of Honor. Deep breath, locking in, and going smoothly into the losers semi-final of Pool A.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh my god.
Big jump in to start off things for Remade.
Wow. Okay. Gets a little stance combo. Goes back. Nice Rhapsody into the air to buy some time.
These air Spirit Varvis helping with the air stall, of course. Nice challenge on the frame trap attempt. Is going to extend with the U-Spirit Varvis. Doesn't get the follow-up afterwards, though.
Mid-screen. CXM. Run up. It's out the Rhapsody. Oh.
Yeah, big jump out the corner from Swampin.
Oh, the delay. Close cell run up. Oh my god, look at these combos! I love watching Zeta plays, finishing up with a 5U there. The little close same frame trap.
And actually, that 5U is something we haven't been seeing too much of Swampin. Nice backdash shimmy, though. Not going to build the meter to 100. No, never mind. Still going to build it, but doesn't need it. Instead, closing out with the close heavy after the RSRC.
Nice routing there. Wasn't really sure if he had nor the damage nor the meter, but still made his absolute best to extend the combo to do max damage there.
Ooh. No punish on that, but still gets the hit regardless. Swampin maybe trying to back off.
Nice low Wham. Ooh. Big Rhapsody there. Finds the 6XL close M. Such a nice positioning there. Goes into full extension there. Finish up with the 5U, that's good.
Yep, keeping the meter, nice shimmy. Safe jump this time. Goes for another throw.
Goes for a little bit of Puggle, but not that effective in this game because of BC. Running up 6.
Oh, just a little bit off on the sweep, unfortunate. And Zeta has to go for that sweep or the far light there. Oh, another throw. Are we going to get a third?
ABC on the 4M. Mashes. Yup, gets a button with the 2L 4L.
Yeah, keeping that nice and simple. Even went for the easy input to guarantee the rising U-Spirit Varves there. Swampin taking the first game with the Zeta.
I feel like he's a little bit more comfortable. Maybe doesn't want to play Beatrix too much because of the mentioned nerfs just before. Oh, nice option there.
Doesn't want to hold the low or the overhead. Big 668 coming out from Swampin. Didn't have the Rhapsody cooldown to go for the L Rhapsody follow-up there, but still managing to root into a lot of damage. Frame kill with the 2M.
Oh, it's so sick. I love that 2M frame kill so much. It just scratches like my brain well. Oh. Wow.
Again, we saw that a lot in the previous set with Remade, using the 2U into the Fox Flame. But, oh, the counter hit, Rhapsody damage, the U skill chain. U spears forever.
U spear do be forever here. Swampin convincingly like not letting Remade get any round at all. Like playing, ooh, again. I love that little mix-up that ZS can do. You know, with the Spear of Harvest. Space Trap, run up close L.
Yeah, Swampin's been able to beat out Delay Mash quite a bit so far using that. Well, BC, no need to BC that. That is, well, it's slightly minus on the Infinite Wonders, but of course Zeta can set up the RPS situation. All this corner carry. Set up into the 5U once again. Tries to go for a close heavy to beat a Delay Mash. That's a counter hit. That's going to be a combo into the far light.
Yep. Probably not enough meter, but getting cute little bumbo.
Goes for the safe jump this time.
No more 50-50, but that doesn't like stop Zeta players from doing setups.
Nice challenge.
The CSBA out on the 2M. High jumping.
Oh, goes under the Infinite Wonders, but not quite able to get the punish. No punish on the U Rhapsody either.
I'm scared. No anti-air. Goes back.
Wow! Safe jumping against the DP. I like the attempt from Remade right there, but unfortunately, not going to find the mark. Zeta does have a slightly floatier jump than normal to kind of supplement her bevy of aerial options. However, was not quite floaty enough for Remade to get the DP. 2-0 now for Swampin.
Not done yet. Under. Oh, misses the throw. It would have been a good read there on the Rhapsody. But still, Swampin is the one who gets the damage. Drops the 5U. Oh, punish.
Yeah, spaced around the 2U really nicely. Unfortunately, not getting the conversion. And now Remade's chance to get the offense going.
Tried to finish up the close edge earlier. But again, Swampin is the one who picks the best option. Drops the combo on that awkward moment. Gets it to you on the backdash.
Wow. Nice whiff punish. Takes Swampin to the corner once again.
Low ender. Try to delay. Nice spot dodge on the held out laser.
Wow, and is able to stuff the 6XL attempt out the corner with the 2M. Very nice from Remade.
That buff that you all got for L Scarlet Sky is such a weird one, because how would you know that just spacing yourself out better is just a buff for you? But turns out it is. Still, okay, gets a stick throw out. Gets a safe jump with the jump Ls.
Nice DP. Yeah, wants to just maintain this corner position. Nice delay with the M Spear of Arvis in the air. Oh, doesn't go for a 2H, but still able to get the jab nonetheless.
Oh my god, the shimmy just gets a light 5U conversion out of 4H. Nice
roll! Oh, but that's a huge whiff on the Raging Strike right there. And I think with the resources that Swampin has, may be able to get the kill with the SBA. Definitely with the Link and the 1 BP. Swampin now at set point.
Remade here, finally got a round of Swampin in the third game. It wasn't enough to close out that game because of the drop, but we've seen before that Remade doesn't let himself, get lost in the sauce. He managed to get back at some point. So, oh, nice positioning, getting the close edge. Finish out with the 5U.
Yeah, we're seeing Swampin challenge a lot more with that L Rhapsody in neutral, just expecting Remade 6XLs and punishing accordingly. But a great jump from Remade. Now going to go for the safe meaty. There it is. Oh, with the cross up. Not ready to block is Remade, and now there's going to be a full combo in the corner. Probably not going to spend the meter just yet. No, is in fact going to really swing the BP situation in his favor. What a delay match from Remade, though.
Wow, one throw, but the rising jump L will be enough for Swampin to take this 3-0 with the Zeta.
Very, very nice stuff from Swampin right there. And now, of course, the Zeta nice and warm going into the run back versus MFH. Probably going to keep it locked in for the remainder of this pool.
Where is the happy Dutchman? I cannot see him.
There he is. He's right in front of you.
He was right behind me, going up on the stage, waiting for Remade to hop off. Fortunately, end of bracket for Remade here, but only the best gets to advance.
Yeah, very, very strong showing. Very respectable 13th place. I think that exceeded its seed, actually, probably here. Maybe. Maybe around about where he was seated, but a great performance nonetheless. As we said before, this is a very stacked bracket in terms of a European talent. We have, what, something around about 80-ish entrants here?
I think it's more 70-ish.
Okay.
But yeah, but still really stacked bracket for like a just really good offline. Even though there's like the patch, again, we've said it, not a lot of time to practice for the patch. But for now, we haven't seen too much of the character that has been changed. We only saw Beatrix in this pool. Hopefully we get to see another like Vasaraga, Ladiva, maybe Vayne. Who knows? Someone can pick it up. Can get some funky little things out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just a case of, considering the players that we have here, do we even have those characters represented at high level? And I'm not actually sure. I know that, there's been a word on the grapevine, whispers in the wind about the Duda Diva, the Duda Kofla Diva, which is a product of times old, but I don't think we're going to see it. I think he's just going to stick predominantly with the Matera throughout this bracket when he plays. Yeah, once again, run back between MFH and Swampin here.
For the last game of Pool A before going swiftly into Pool B. For now, the bracket has been running smoothly here, getting right off at the last game possible on scene. Pool B will be starting getting ready. You can see the TOs there, just like making sure everyone is present, that everyone is here. Of course, MFH still double checking his button, even though he played. No shame in that, of course. Making sure everything is set correctly. And thinking again. So now it's a little rougher for Swampin because he's fighting again against the one he lost before.
Yep.
So like, even though the game hasn't started, we can probably assume some layers of like mental stack already being put. MFH learning how to yip, the way of the yip.
That is in fact functional. The medium button. Yippers do love that medium button.
Oh, hats off from MFH. To get a good old headsets.
I don't think I've seen MFH at an event without a cap on. I think he always wears it.
Yeah. It's like part of his like identity.
Yep.
Basically. Oh, the little Galleon jump scare. Near. Nah.
I don't know what these two are doing. Just select your characters.
Somebody's thinking. You can see us.
Oh, Dolph. Teasing the Dolph.
Oh. You can see a little grin on his face. Vasaraga.
You're not playing any of these characters, Swampin.
Going for the Mundo color. Mundo.
Okay, but what if he does actually lock in Vass? I've never seen the Swampin. I've seen a lot of Swampin's characters. I've never seen the Vass.
Oh, swapped out. The big smile on the fish face probably reminded of like Mundo with the blue color. Looking at the society characters hovering over Beatrix and Zeta. Ah! Choosing a color. Yup.
Yeah. Doesn't have his Beatrix color for the Zeta, so just going to keep with the default.
It's very funny because, as we said, Swampin does a lot of character. He could have picked every one of the characters he's like pre-selected and could have probably done some really nasty tricks with him. So that's really funny to see. But here, MFH on the Siegfried against Swampin with the Zeta letting the cinematic rock. Such a cool introduction.
Letting the intros play for the final set of this round of pools.
Getting some tickets to the show here for the losers final of Pool 1. But now, looks like Siegfried, MFH, is the one pressuring. Oh, nice little punish on the Orkan. Mashes with a 2M. Now, oh, low BC. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, big whiff punish coming out from Svampin right here. Oh, doesn't quite get these JH afterwards.
Ooh, high lows mixed up. Gets auto combo high into like 2U, gets a lot of damage. Ooh, again. MFH being very happy to press that tech button and seeing Swampin shimmy it.
Shades of what we saw once again from the previous set between these two. Svampin beating out the throws.
And oh, the smack. Close out. Too low pressure. Oh, the fireball on the Rhapsody. Oh, gets the knee. Oh,
extending, not quite enough to get with the close heavy afterwards. Nice delay on the jab, but Svampin BCing. Gets the JL. That didn't actually combo in that situation, but still.
Oh, the UDB after BC. So
Very
brave.
nice.
Exchanging those bravery points like it's bread. Wow, which punish? 2-1-4H.
Very, very close. Slight life advantage for MFH right now. Huge jump, perfectly spaced for Svampin right there. And that's going to be the KO and the game. Game 1 going to Svampin.
They're playing so slowly compared to before, right? MFH was just going at it and Swampin was just standing back with the Beatrix. But now, they're really thinking, playing some high level here. Gameplay, oh, the wave punish on the 2M, I love it. Oh, the drops it. Yep, goes back into the mid screen, gets,
Wow, the rising pogo.
Oh, the air stall there with the Spear of Horus.
Once again, the offense, this time tacking the throw. Again, that's the third time Svampin's managed to hit those.
He is so good, I love seeing that option. Yep, going straight to SPA there, and that's even getting around. Swampin on the amazing read that has been doing 3 times in a row. I might be stealing that deck. It's so, like, I never thought of, like, spot dodging Orkan.
Particularly mid-screen where, you know, even if the Uwe or the light follow-up, even if both of them hit, the reward is nowhere near as high as that counter-hit close heavy. Well, here come the 5 U's.
The little spacing trap. Oh, doesn't get any follow-up on the L Rhapsody. Goes for the bait. Oh, the jump L after the jump U, but doesn't get anything out of that. Playing slowly. Spot dodge again. Stunning out those Orcans so hard.
Nice use of the defensive U fireball that time. Doesn't get the counter, unfortunate for Svampin right there. That would have been a huge conversion if he did.
What?
Wow, the rising JU!
Making me do some strange on a commentary here. That was such a wild option. Almost got something.
Oh, that is a huge 2H. It's difficult to S2 versus Siegfried in that situation, and you're going to lose your life for it as a result.
Such a big button. Goes all the way to the health bar and even touches the timer. MFH here getting a pretty good anti-air and finishing up the round.
Battle 3. Engage.
You can sense again how they're playing slowly, right? Just making sure to get... Oh,
wrong angle, I think, right there for the H-Spear of Arvis. There's another throw. I feel like we're not going to see another throw here. Good BC from MFH.
could have got something out of that jump M. Respect the minus ring. Transformation has been sent to wall bound, doesn't get anything, run up grab.
But now Svampin out of the U Rhapsody, or H Rhapsody, I should say.
Slight run-ups, lay close H.
Yeah, again, using that U Fireball on defense is working out really nicely. 9 frame on the strike hitbox. Boomer Jack! And MFH takes the game.
I got hit Oh my god, that was wow. That was rough. I would have taken Jesus Christ. I was not expecting it. I even reacted after he did the raging follow-ups, which tells more about me than the players. But
yeah, you're not even old. You're young buck here.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm the old one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm old and I cannot react to that. I mean, I'm young, but I cannot react. Such a shame on me.
Empty jump this time. Oh, the light, yes. Very nice catch on the likely delayed throw attempt from MFH. Going to convert into SPA.
Gets enough height with the 2H Rhapsody. And a lot of damage. Wow!
What a throw bait once again from Svampen. He just has these rounds where he's in complete control. That is exactly the kind of thing you want to see as a Zeta player.
So good to see someone just like do a really convincing round and like managing to make perfectly 2 or 3 option in the corner. Finish up the round quickly, but a good demonstration of like strengths and like reading capabilities in a way. I'd like with the opponent.
Huge counter hit to close heavy right there. Not going to go for the follow-up with the H for Drangen.
Ooh! Nice stuff out of the 2M with his own 2M. Going into the Orkan, full extension into the SBA.
And so far, this has been a complete 180 on this round. MFH, the one in complete control. Looking at a potential perfect here.
True block string. Whoa.
We'll try the rising JU again. But here's Svampen with the throw. Tries to throw again. And yeah, there's the Verdrangen. 1 round apiece.
Nice one here. MFH. Round 1 game each. 1 round each. It's clearly a close game. Won't be over so quickly. Sending, okay.
Oh, gets a counter hit right there. MFH trying to maybe anti-air with the heavy, but too slow on the far heavy right there. Gets the low after the pogo corner carry. All the shades of base game right there, blocking the pogo into getting dragged across the screen.
And UDP on the frame kill there. Set up.
No anti-air on the jump. Big hit for MFH once again.
Nice BC. High jump, almost jumps over the BC. Grabs the Rhapsody. Oh shit, shimmy. Safe BC. MFH playing very carefully. Moving out to this ward and to USSBA.
Now we know Siegfried as the 2U SSB agent, but of course Zeta was the OG with the 2 hitting sweep, and that is going to be the game for Svampen.
Taking in for the ride, and again, getting to see the 3rd game here. Air down Zeta, woohoo!
Gosh, it feels like it's been a while.
Good sensation to see actual owner of the, like as you said, 2USSBA hit it on the fraud, mid fraud. Oh,
Tried to BC, but the slight adjustment in the timing from Svampen, baiting that out. Once again, full combo in the corner.
Oh, doesn't confirm anything. Didn't have like any CD, but gets a cool 5.
Throw bait again, and as long as he finishes this combo, that is going to be a perfect for Svampen. Keeps it nice and simple.
He's there. Clearly, after that 2USSBA, Svampen was like, I'ma just play my game, do my mix-ups, and you're gonna get hit. And now, on set point, to go to top 8 loser side. Stuffs out the 2-1-4. Play slowly. Oh, closes the distance.
Yeah, doesn't retreat right there. MFH not even challenging either. I believe the Verdrangen can actually punish the retreat for the Zeta Spear of Arvis. Full combo coming out from MFH. Wow, the rising JU out the corner immediately. And again, gets a side switch combo this time. It messes it up ever so slightly.
Q-Laser is out. Haven't seen that option too much. And again, it's the overhead ender into 2U. MFH getting mixed by mashing for combo from Svampen. It's crazy that like Svampen manages to get some pogo in even though it's rising in this BC. 2USSBA. Side swaps!
Oh, but nice catch on the jump right there. Svampen trying to go for that jumping H-Spear of Arvis again. But this time, MFH going for the delayed jab instead of the throw.
Scoring 1 round as an opportunity to even out the score game. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Getting side swapped right there. Gets the throw. Doesn't get a punish on the JU though.
And oh wow, the whiff to 148 into the very tip of 2M.
Count hit that time. Beautiful awareness from Swampin. Going to take this all the way to the corner.
Keeps it simple, doesn't go into a full combo. Still gets the PC out. High jump. This time MFH takes just straight up.
This time getting that close, heavy anti-air. And there we go, the throw bait once again. Once again, Swampin keeping this simple, straight into the resolute strike. And Swampin is going to be your second top 8 qualifier, the hero of Sweden, keeping himself alive.
And the friend here running up on stage, giving him a hug. Oh my god. That was way less closer than the last game that they had. And Swampin was just being a like riskier option, but he knew that MFH is a tech enjoyer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Margin, of course, Margin Tenshin Han, shout-outs coming up on the stage. Old friend of Swampin's, big advocate of Headstomper, has been here basically every year. Going to be commentating Fatal Fury, if you want to check that out and check out Margin Tenshin Han, excuse me. But yeah, that is going to be the end of our time here on this pool. Next, of course, we're going to be having Wave B action. Nahu, of course, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Of course, brother. We will be getting on the mic here, Gekiko and Toast, to commentate this wonderful second pool.
Don't go anywhere.
Stay hydrated. And take ice cream. I might as well.
For Granblue Fantasy versus Rising here in beautiful Malmö, Sweden. It is your boy Toast on the mic, joined by the one and only Gekiko. How you doing, sister?
I am good. Well rested. Had my brekkie in the morning, my coffee.
That's all you need in life.
Hell yeah. And so happy to be back in a venue full of people. It's been a while since I've been out to one, so I'm very excited to be on Comstar.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also very, very happy to be back. Of course, the last Headstomper was also a fantastic event that I was very happy to be able to attend. So it's been a great time. It's once again a beautiful venue here in the Hotel Quality View. And we are so back with even more Granblue. Last time we actually had our send-off to base Granblue here at Headstomper. And now we are back in full force with Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. Of course, also an ARC World Tour event, which raises the stakes even more for all of our players, which is going to be incredible. We've already had a bunch of great matches, of course, brought to you by the courtesy of Virum and Naihu, but we're going to be getting into even more action here with some really big names coming up right now. We have Miri, of course, one of the top contenders here in Europe, the Eustace God, who will be going up against Gion, one of the really strong Narmaya players we have in the region as well.
Yeah, no, the name I know from your event, the Heritage Weeklies. We see him on there. Miri, of course, kind of just a demon from the base game. And, like, if there's money on the line, this dude is on that tournament.
Absolutely.
Often winning, though.
Absolutely. I mean, Miri, definitely a hustler. I mean, he's not making it easy on himself. He, of course, has been representing Eustace ever since base Granblue, a character who even back in base game wasn't considered to be in the stronger part of the roster. Now in Rising also has a few tough matchups and some system mechanics that don't really play into his hand too much.
Yeah.
But Miri has been making this character work and making it look like he is the toppest of top tier ever since he came out, basically. And I'm always really happy to watch him. He's one of my favorite players to watch of all time. So I couldn't be more excited to get into things here at Headstomper 2025. Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. Let's get started.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited to pop off for Eustace being these.
I heard Miri is a big fan of that.
He loves it.
Absolutely, getting things started here with the zoning, but Jion immediately getting a nice little jump in, getting some corner pressure started here on Miri, who's trying to fend his way out, of course, using that slow kill, the plus frames, but the U-Moon flip immediately coming through from Jion.
Yeah, like you said, those new system mechanics not favoring Eustace too much, those ultimate skills, a lot of characters got very strong skills for getting around zoning. But Miri is like just such an excellent player at navigating those. So again, we see Miri swapping his way into the corner. Pressure of his own. Looks like he's going to have the kill combo here. This super should do it.
Yeah. Actually, it's going to be a barely not kill situation because this super is the Tickle Monster 9000. It just does so little damage, one of the lowest minimum damage supers in the game. Which, to this day, I don't know why Eustace has that.
Yeah, it's like, a lot of characters got their super damage buff, especially on the ones that always animate. Eustace didn't get that. They were just like, nah, he's good enough. We gave him a cool grenade. Use your meter on that.
Exactly. But yeah, currently Miri is still managing to finish out that first round right there. Of course, when you are on chip damage against Eustace, your options are extremely limited. This is going to be a nice extension into Super as telegraphed by that early use of the Raging Strike. And Miri will be taking the hard knockdown right here, something that the Super still retains as a quality. Let's see the setup.
Yeah, just hit that meaty grenade. We saw John try to roll it earlier, and it just can't under that yellow one, but Miri just setting up. Getting tagged here, trying to get a little cheeky with the held button there.
Yeah. Jion there navigating the cooldowns really well and cutting the combo short. However, the anti-air from Miri, he is always on point with those. Will be netting him the first game of this pool.
Yeah, talking about Eustace like maybe struggling in this game. That 2H is not struggling in the slightest. Still not one of the most potent ones. Incredibly good against air stalls too with the follow-up version.
Definitely.
Very relevant against this character. Oh my god, non-counter he gets that too?
Yeah.
This character's high.
Eustace definitely has some of the coolest anti-air conversions in the game in general, and Miri always loves showing those off every single time. Right now, Latex coming out from Jion, but once again finds a good spot to use the ultimate command dash, which does go through the grenade. Samaya briefly vanishes from the screen during it.
Yeah, no, and it has a hitbox now too with that crumple state. Much more potent move than it was on the game's release. Which I like. It's like, there wasn't really a reason to use it. Oh my god, you're dead. Yeah, good night. Don't jump against this man.
Absolutely. And Miri is just so good at like forcing you to jump in a lot of these situations, right? He really enforces this grounded pressure where you really want to jump in on him, but he's always ready. And the worst part is he does this at every single game. It's the same in Fatal Fury. He will just do this to you. It's the same in Street Fighter as well when he played that. It's just one of his strengths as a player that he's just incredible at. Baiting out the BC there as well. Doesn't quite get the full extension, but immediately ready to pick up off of that 5 UU hit right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, wasn't ready for the full combo. The combo limit kicking in, preventing that super from coming out. Would have liked to strip that point away. Never mind, he's got those light confirms. He's going to go up 2-0 here. Of course, first to 3 is his Arc World Tour Rising, baby.
Absolutely, as Dudikov intended, who we will also be seeing later. So it's going to be another fun one. But Miri right now, up 2-0. We are going back to character select. I would be surprised to see a character swap here from Jion. Only ever seen them playing the Narmaya, but Avatar Belial is getting selected.
This is the mental pick, right? Miri, this is a character added very late into the base game's life cycle. Miri, not a fan of him for some reason. I don't know. Something about his tools are wacky as hell.
Yeah, definitely. Avatar Belial, a character doesn't really play the traditional Granblue Fantasy game plan. Instead, more reliant on getting some of these really special move-focused game plans in. He actually doesn't have a traditional cooldown system, instead using his health to get shorter cooldowns than usual on his EX move, while already being a low-health character. So you are playing a high-risk, high-reward game every single time you lock in Avatar Belial, whether you want to or not. Beautiful heavy DP there coming through, but you saw it right there, taking some of Gion's life in the process.
Yeah, this is like the kind of high-risk playstyle that Miri is particularly potent at dismantling too.
Definitely. And once again, converting the stray hits right there into the super. This is absolutely going to do it once again. Avatar Belial has paper skin and glass bones that he shatters every day when he gets out of bed.
That super we were talking about has that low damage. Looks pretty normal against Avatar Belial.
Exactly right there. And that's another thing. The flight stance that Avatar Belial has that usually is pretty good in a lot of matchups actually loses out pretty hard to the slow kill from Eustace, the 2 balls that he sends out. Those can be really good at stuffing out these kind of air stall type moves. And right now, Gion once again finding himself in the corner.
Yeah, very spacing with that corner pressure immaculate. Seeing him beating out the projectiles with his own Flammock Thunder. Now Gion with a bit of pressure, managing to push all the way to the corner on of his own. So he tries the shimmy, nice, that fire. Similar to regular Belial's, and that is a button that is underrated purely because of his other buttons. Avatar Belial, of course, getting access to it too. You can't do that against Viri. He's got those reactions. The super immediately as soon as you special cancel on him.
Yeah, and once again, Gion now has to make a comeback happen while not really being able to sacrifice that much HP. Now you're on chip damage. Tries to get real cheeky with the 2-2U right there, which does zoom in on the opponent, but Midi will be taking the game in a very confident fashion. 3-0 here over Gion.
Yeah, no, unfazed. I don't know if this man is phaseable. It is
His
very
bones
funny.
can't be rattled that much, but I mean, I've seen him play against release Belial and not quit the game, so I don't think his mental is shakeable at any point whatsoever.
It is very funny. His, you see him posting online, and you know there's a real hater energy to him. And you meet him in real life, but he's just chilling.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a true hater is a lover first and foremost, that's for sure. So I've been really happy to see him play once again at these offline events, and we're gonna get another fun match coming up right here, which is actually going to be determined real soon here with Arufu coming up on the winner side of the pool. Arufu, of course, one of the strongest French competitors who has been making waves ever since base game. Kind of went on a hiatus a little bit, dipped his toes into Strive and got some really good results over on the Strive side of things as well. But currently he's back, and it's been really cool to watch him play. Actually repping Sandalphon, a character that...
Oh, he's on Sandy now?
Yeah, we've seen him, at least the last few times I've seen him play, he's been repping the Sandalphon, and definitely a character I feel that has been a little bit underexplored so far. We saw him make a few waves at the last ARC World Tour Finals with Zippy playing him.
Zippy getting the top 8
Yeah.
on him, yeah.
But, you know, a character that has a lot of options, of which people tend to forego and just use his light stance anyway, but I'm really looking forward to watching Arufu play him, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, Arufu very much, you know, a fundamentals type player, big
Definitely.
Gita player from base game. I
Yeah.
feel like he's gonna be sticking to that life. I just got a feeling he's gonna rely on
Yeah, let
the
me just put it
fun
like this, Gekiko. If I see him go into win stance at any point when he's not like on chip, I'm buying you a drink later.
Arufu, please, you gotta pull this one out for me.
But yeah, currently we are just waiting on his opponent to be determined by the previous match, of course, and Arufu already locking in, getting ready, as you guys get to see a beautiful little view here of the venue, looking real good. Got a little bit of TEKKEN 8 in the back as well. Of course, Headstomper does not only feature Granblue and is not only an ARC World Tour stop, but also an EWC qualifier for a bunch of games like Fatal Fury, of course part of the TEKKEN World Tour as well. So there's just so much here for everyone, and no matter what you're competing in, you're gonna be having a great time. And once again, I mean, Headstomper is one of my favorite events personally. I'm not just saying that to shill. I genuinely really like this event.
He wants to get back next year so bad.
Yeah, and I mean,
my
we're getting free ice cream later as well.
Hell yeah.
And we've already been getting free coffee and drinks. It's, I mean, how much better does it get?
I gotta say, the coffee, significantly better than last time.
Yeah.
I have been... First time I was here, I had it. I was like, okay, yeah, free coffee. You know, you take what you can get. Today, I was like, oh no, this is a good cup of coffee. I'm actually
good, yeah.
happy. My mood is uplifted by this cup of Joe.
real rejuvenation station right now. But yeah, I mean, looking at the bracket right now, in the meantime, we're going to have even more interesting matches coming up. Currently, one thing that I'm really interested in that's going to be played off-stream is Bribri-san versus Tuho Yuho. Of course, Tuho, one of the last remaining Yule soldiers, and Bribri, someone who's been repping Uno, a character who has been very, very underrepresented.
Yeah,
through
a very strong character to have such a low presence in the meta.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because he looks like the Pringles man and people don't really want to pick that. But Bribri has been a loyalist, and I'm always happy to see those as we're still currently getting things sorted right now for you guys at home. We're, of course, going to be bringing you a bunch of Granblue action throughout the course of the day. The entire tournament will be played today, including the top 8 later in the evening, which is we're currently fighting to qualify for right here, and there's even more pools coming up as well. So
Yeah, we already
lots of Granblue to go through.
We already got Swampin and I'd imagine Skill.
Yeah.
Got in from pool. my hunches. Skill
Your
one is
intuition.
pool.
But yeah. Of course, we just got to watch Swampin qualify over MFH in a bit of a rematch right there, of course. And that one was really going down to the wire.
Yeah. I came in this morning, was like asking her TO Cake how are things running. It's like fantastic. We got a couple more games to go and 40 minutes to play them. I come back later and it's like, yeah, so Swampin and MFH keep going to game 5. So
yeah, but yeah. Now it looks like we've determined the opponent here for Arafu, and it's going to be owned by B Gaming, someone who is a regular of the Hard Edge weeklies, so someone we've seen quite a lot in recent memory. Kind of a rising star here for the Lowain Nation, which is a character that people have strong opinions about one way or the other.
We talk about underrepresentation of a strong character like Uno. This is overrepresentation of a fine character. Like, this guy is everywhere. Where is he on the tier list?
Yep.
About the middle.
Yep. But we have a lot of dedicated Lowain gamers who have been really making this character work, who've been really putting in a bunch of work on him. Of course, we have also in the bracket players like Release Bogus, who actually won Outplayed this year, repping Lowain only. And I know for a fact this character has quite the fan club, and I'm sure Twitch chat is gonna be going crazy with this one as well.
I'm sure Girl Tunington is popping off right now.
El Fugitivo probably gonna be posted real soon. But yeah, B Gaming, someone who somewhat newer to the scene, as I said, started with Rising and has been showing up to quite a few events thus far. Yeah. So definitely someone who's been on the rise, though I would definitely say that Arafu here kind of has the seniority on his side. Definitely someone who you would say kind of in a good position to make it out of this pool.
Yeah. You got Omai, who's on the rise. You've got Arafu, who has already risen.
He is risen, that's for sure. And I mean, we are all Granblue Fantasy versus Rising TM as we speak. And it looks like they're even matching up their color scheme right here, going for a little twinsies look as we're getting ready to go into this next game here between Arafu and, of course, B Gaming. Arafu, one of the French grinders, of course, as well. The French scene for this game is incredibly strong. You know, I feel like alongside the German scene, one of the most active ones.
Yeah.
I know, shout out to my main man, Pop, who has been carrying the French FGC on his back and hosting a bunch of Rising events, especially locally in Paris.
Host Wanted for us as well.
Definitely. But yeah, getting into things right here. Arafu versus B Gaming. Going to be sending out the boys right to get us started. Arafu rocking a good Soundwolf on drip as well. You know, you got to respect that. It's a good color.
It's a nice color. I like how, like, patiently he's playing it, too. You know?
Definitely.
Lowain, I feel like in a lot of people's minds puts a, like, you know, hectic, I got to deal with this guy immediately. I do not want to see HPA or I will cry. Arafu, though, just keeping calm, trying to play that that neutral game. Gets to the corner, but, you know, BC...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Arafu, he has played these games before. He knows how to deal with this character. And currently getting an eyes well mixed screen extension all the way into the corner. The Fire Form coming out right here. Definitely one of the ones that you see used a bit more, gets him a really, really strong fireball. And of course, one of the best things about Soundwolf is the fact that you can just send the 2-on-4H and get plus frames on block if you have a stock loaded, and that's something that makes the character incredibly threatening at pretty much any range.
Yeah, one of the main reasons that, one of the main weaknesses of only playing light form is not having access to that guard crush. I don't know, Arafu dropping the first round,
yeah.
You know, That early momentum from low-aim players, you can definitely like feel. Arefu's also one of those players that will, you know, drop a couple of rounds for data.
Yeah, of course. Kind of part of his playstyle as well, right? He's someone who likes to play calm and calculated, which sometimes you will just get rolled over by some options, right? Once again, here using the wind stock to extend the fire stock to extend the combo, put B Gaming in the corner, but the 2U going to be coming through, getting him out of the situation, whiffing the throw, unfortunately, and this is going to be quite a big punish. We're not going to be killing here quite yet, but we're going to be setting up a very comfortable next touch kill situation. But not if Mom has anything to say about it.
You know, you gotta check. I think it's like, you know, it's kind of just accepted. HPA is the better of the two.
Yep.
But, you know, you gotta check. Oh, tried to get the punish with the ultimate fireball as well. It is gonna go wide into the crowd.
Yeah, someone just fell over in the crowd and
just got obliterated. Okay, the boy's hit doesn't have anything to go behind it, just catching that anti-air before the tying it up.
Yeah, B Gaming pulling out all the subs right there, trying to get cheeky with the 668 side switch, but Arefu in the calmest Street Fighter V way possible, just using that close light to anti-air. But once again, be going to the fire form definitely seems to be what Arefu is favoring in his playstyle right now. Gonna be once again restocking, gets a nice far heavy, and once again look at the damage mounting up here, Gekiko.
Yeah, we talked about like the plus frames you get off that Air Crush on block. The wall bounce you get on hit is so juicy.
Absolutely.
You know, the big thing they've been trying to take out of the game is EX move into heavy in the corner. Using that stock gives Sandalphon access to it, so a little extra damage tacked onto those combos.
Yep. Arefu staying hydrated, taking a little second, taking a breather. Of course, Sandalphon already passing you the coffee in the windscreen. Man after my own heart.
This is the best kind of set to play. After every game, every time he beats you, you get a coffee, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna contemplate what has happened. I'll give it some thought. I'll be refreshed after my cup of joe.
Definitely.
They're chilling.
Looks like the players might be sorting out something here. We'll see, but right now, Arefu definitely looking pretty confident in that first game. I feel like after that first round, he really found his pace in the match quite well and managed to just kind of control the shenanigans here from B Gaming.
Yeah, no. And it's like we said, like, take that first game pretty slow. Just try to figure out what your opponent is up to, and then you see immediately start sniping the 6-6Hs. More comfortable approaching, like knows that like, oh yeah, okay, this lane is the type that backs off, throws the cat bot, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Lowen is a character where, as you just alluded to, individual playstyles vary quite a lot. Like someone like Release Bogus or someone like Knudsen is going to be playing a lot different from someone like B Gaming, right? There are so many different options that you have between going in and, you know, being more reliant on something like the Catabot or really trying to play like the up-close game with the boys. But yeah, it's interesting to see. And Arefu is going to be looking pretty confident here. 1-0 currently up, of course, and looking to close out the set as quickly as possible. Finds a nice punish right there on the awesome sauce. Yes, that is what that move is called.
Hell yeah. He's a cook. He's got to have the awesome sauce.
Exactly.
Trying to just fight out of the corner, but Arefu holding it so well. The parry gets spot dodged. Something I still cannot believe exists to this day. Like,
yeah. My favorite part is when they added Theox to the game and they made his parry unspot dodgeable, and every character with a parry since has not been spot dodgeable, but like with Lowen, they have yet to look into it.
It's so good.
Yep. Nice mid-screen extension here from Arefu. Of course, the 2-1 for you right there. Gonna be able to extend the combo all the way into the corner. DP gets baited, and Arefu will be taking the round very confidently here.
Yeah. We talked about that stocked 2-1-4H, but the 2-1-4U is so good for conversions. That mid-screen wall bounce just giving him so much more damage and corner carry for the small investment of 50 meter. We haven't seen Arefu do a single super, actually. Has always been favoring either the ultimate fireball or the 2-1-4U. Stalking up here, ready for the parry this time, just throws it.
Yeah, but Sandalphon is a character where you really can do that, right? Like, he's a very consistent character where your extensions, you can always stabilize them with the use of ultimate skills, and that's something that a player like Arefu is always going to very much favor over the use of something like the SBA. You just don't really really needed, especially if you're just going to be running owned by B Gaming down like that. And RFU is going to be going up 2-0 here in the set.
Yeah, the confidence in that game too was off the charts compared to the first one. Like, he knows now how his opponent is playing. He's just dismantling now. Okay, Obai getting an aggressive start there, but just the pressure challenged by RFU.
Yeah.
And now corner again. This is what we've been seeing a lot of RFU holding that corner. The classic, fundamental style, hanging out under the timer, observing.
Pondering real quick. One thing that I do really like is that RFU has... He seems to be very much like set in which form he favors for Sandalphon. Like, he seems to really just be going for the fire form in this particular matchup all the time over something like, for example, the water form, trying to keep the Wayne out with the projectiles. That he's just been going on the offense every time here. Locking out the setup, of course. That kind of layer 1 mix-up is something that people will always get smoked by early, but he has played these games before. He's been dealing with Lowain ever since base game, of course, with Pup, the main TO in France, also being a strong Lowain player. RFU has seen all of those.
Of course, Usagi, originally a Lowain main, and then a big fan of just pulling it out when money's on the line. Nice back throw, gonna put RFU on set point.
Absolutely, yeah. Posing on him as well, just aura farming on the win screen a little bit, as RFU is really looking to take this game. Once again, finds a really confident counterpoke there. Just the standing light will be finding its mark. And owned by B Gaming, finding himself in the corner once again, has to make a decision here pretty quickly, but a beautiful conversion off of the counter at Fireball with the 6XL RFU. Gonna be extending all the way, and once again getting the Fire Stomp. The shimmy works out, and this one should be doing it, Gekiko.
Absolutely, yeah. As meter behind it, we're gonna finally see an SBA to close it out. RFU 3-0 over Ownby, and yeah, like you said, a name we're very likely to see get through this pool. Does have strong contention in someone like Miri, but
definitely, yeah.
Yes.
2 people can get through. He's allowed out as a treat.
Definitely, yeah. But yeah, still, for a really amicable performance here by B Gaming, especially considering that he's someone pretty new to the scene, and I'm always really happy to see those newcomers also flying out, going to these events, right? Because fighting games offline are something so special. And I encourage anyone at home, if you're watching right now, you got any locals near you, you got any event that you can reach, go there, trust me. Like, even if you think, I'm not good enough, I'm gonna go 0-2 anyway, there's no point in competing, just do it for the community experience, trust me. Like, fighting games offline are something so special, and a feeling that you can't replicate by doom queuing ranked all day.
Absolutely.
Trust me on that one.
Yeah, and how you go 0-2, more time for casuals.
More time for casuals.
Out with the bros.
More time for drinks, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
So definitely something that I highly recommend you do. And, hopefully next year at Headstomper, we'll see you currently watching at home.
Actually, you watching at home, go to your locals, because I can't. They're on raid day. Go in my stead.
Yeah.
Carry my spirit, please.
Carry her spirit forth and go to your locals. Check them out. But yeah. In the meantime, you can also be checking out, of course, the rest of the Headstomper streams. As soon as Granblue finishes, we're going to be streaming a bunch more games. Fatal Fury will be streamed. Tekken 8 is currently being streamed as well. And there's just so much happening. We have a bunch of side games going as well. We had some Third Strike yesterday with Justin Wong playing in the tournament, which was really, really cool. Hopefully, a particular incident didn't recur once again.
It almost did. But the poor Ken, same stage, same colors.
Oh no!
Poor Ken couldn't do it. Cracked under pressure, wasn't ready for it.
That's even more brutal than it happening again. To me.
Yeah, like I'll never get over it. Like seeing a tweet of someone not in the know, seeing that like parry, the Evo moment 37, and being like, man, that's some Justin Wong level shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't know how to tell you.
I hate to break it to you, my friend, but yeah. But yeah, next up on this stream is going to be, I believe, the winner of Bribrisan versus Tuho Juho, going to be going up against Miri, who we saw winning earlier in a pretty confident manner over Gion. And of course, we also have Arefu versus Yuna, another... I would definitely say rising star in the scene. I mean, she's been around for quite a bit now. She's definitely established herself as a mainstay in the European community and has been performing really well, even at super majors like UFA, getting really, really good placement right there. And just generally being a terror in every online bracket as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Like, came in towards the tail end of Rising when Vera came out, has stuck with that character the entire time, and now, like, we're seeing her name pop up. Like, we said, yeah, pretty confident that Arefu's going to get out of this pool. Yuna is a strong contender for that spot.
If anyone's going to be knocking out Arefu, it's definitely going to be Yuna here. So, yeah, going to be an interesting one to see as we're just getting things sorted here. And it's looking like we're going to be having Juho in a Finnish team kill coming up here on the stream. Of course, Miri and Tuoho both rep in Finland, and this is going to be a Eustace versus Yule matchup. Not something that we get to see too much here.
Yeah, no, I think Tuoho kind of the last Yipper alive.
Yep.
Really just holding the banner at the end. But
flying the banner high of sick RPS.
Yeah. The sick RPS is gone. They took it out.
Yeah.
It pushes her back too far now. It sucks.
It's dire.
But yeah, gonna be awkward, you know. Yule definitely a strong rushdown character, but doesn't have particularly potent anti-fireball tools.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mary is just trying to get in on this guy.
It's pretty rough. They're already shaking hands here. Like the result is predetermined. But, I mean, Tuoho definitely someone who can make this happen, right? Tuoho definitely a very strong player. Still, I mean, he's here in the winner's side for a reason, right?
Oh, yeah.
He definitely is keeping the flag flying. And Yule still has some strong things going for her as well, right? She still has a really potent mix-up game in the corner, which actually recently got improved quite a bit. You know, she does get proper combos off of her overhead. And Miri, of course, playing used as a character who does not have a meterless reversal option. So you do have to hold more of the shenanigans from Yule, which lets Tuoho go for more of these kind of offensive callouts, especially if he gets momentum on his side. So it's going to be a very, very momentum-heavy matchup right here.
Absolutely, yeah, but of course, Miri on the Eustace is going to have a lot of tools to stop that momentum getting started in the first place, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, one of Tuoho's like big strengths, especially in base game, was his anti-airs.
Yeah.
Always on point with them, always getting the maximum amount of damage from the conversions.
And then you play Miri, who doesn't jump.
Yeah, Miri's not. His feet are not going to leave the ground this entire set, I guarantee. Except for, like, you know, the command dash read.
Definitely. Yeah, looking like a button check right now. Just making sure everything works, getting things sorted. You definitely don't want to run into any sort of button shenanigans this deep into your pool. I mean, we are playing the next match. Like, the winner of this match will be moving on to the top 8 qualifier. So do not want to be fumbling that opportunity right there. And of course, once again, if you're looking for more Granblue action tonight, I believe starting at around 8, we're going to have the, like 8 or 9, we're going to, we're going to have the top 8 streamed for Granblue in its entirety. Of course, all first to 3 as Dudikov intended. And it's going to be a fantastic time.
Absolutely adore the as Dudikov intended every time. Just like Dudikov fought for
he invented this. He fought for it.
He invented first to 3.
He died for first to 2 sins. He got gluten poisoning for first to 2 sins.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
Getting into it. Miri versus Tuo. Right now, yeah, like, kind of like we were saying, that momentum, very difficult to start against this character. Miri just keeping Tuho at bay, trying to just find a way through anything. Doesn't want to take to the skies just yet. There we go, and Miri, as soon as his feet leave the ground, the 2H comes out, full conversion into the corner.
He's always ready. And the thing is as well, like, if you're someone who may be a little bit newer to fighting games, right, you think to yourself, man, these zoning characters, all they do is spam fireballs. There's no skill with that. You're just, you know, tossing out fireballs and making your opponent deal with them. But the really hard thing, like, zoning is something that actually becomes a very difficult playstyle the better you get at the game and the better your opponents become, because you have to adjust to when to not zone and when to call out these options, right? And Miri is someone who's an absolute master of that.
The art of knowing that the best thing you can do is nothing.
Exactly.
To simply observe. So we're getting with this corner pressure right now. The spacing immaculate. Jump out. Excellent jump against that third slow kill. Miri getting a little cheeky with it. And he is going to be punished with a corner-to-corner combo. What are they feeding this woman? Okay, flip. That's that mix-up that you were talking about earlier. The overhead now unreactable. Doesn't get a lot off of non-counter hits, but still unreactable, like 500 damage. We'll take those.
Oh my god! The last little bit of the Flamic Thunder there, saving Miri's life. The life insurance coming through, and Tuho taken to the grave right there with the Acid Rage Hull from Miri, taking the first game of the set.
Yeah, no. Pulling back from a perfect in that first round. Tuho definitely looking stronger in the second. Hopefully he can just keep clawing this back bit by bit. Okay, gets the 6-6M. That is a trade that's going to work in Miri's favor. He wants that distance more than Tuho. Nice air stall! Yeah, Eustace's 2H does have a follow-up that's good at catching those. Miri not activating it there. Now has to have that in his head that, you know, the air stalls are going to come out.
Absolutely. Miri setting up the H-Grenade, of course, which makes this throw into a full combo starter. Gonna be getting a nice little extension here, even mid-screen, as Miri once again just decides to back off, just wants to play this long-range game. Never mind, just starts going back in immediately as Tuho has walked himself into the corner here quite a bit, and Miri is playing around peak 6XL range right now. Going to be picking up a nice extension into Super. That's a huge chunk of damage, and this is absolutely a next touch kill situation.
Yeah, no, next hit kills. Not opting to go for the green grenade setups. Spending these... Oh, is that going to hit? Nope. No! Recovers in time, and Miri taking another round on the board. That spacing so good. That's, like you were saying earlier, having to know when to not throw fireballs. When your opponent has a advancing super like that, you have to know, like, I can only throw a fireball at this spacing, because I have to recover in time to be able to block their super. UL's, of course, not the whirlwind quite like some other characters.
Not like the humble Uberman, but here we see the overhead counter hitting from Yul. Gonna get a nice full extension. Tuho getting his momentum started here for the first time in this set. Gonna be going into another stand setup, actually going for the Dandy Yip. Messes up the combo just a tiny little bit though, and Miri has another chance, but to no avail. Tuho looking confident.
Yeah, Tuho played really well around the reversals there. That spacing on that slide, only like -4. So like, DP's not going to work there. The BC also coming out as a Raging Strike. Because that's the thing, Eustace doesn't have a DP until he's at that 50 meter, but does have access to Brave counters the entire time. Can't use it in a combo, of course. This might be the game for Tuho here. Last hit on that DP is going to take it with a perfect of his own.
Yeah, Tuho answering back in kind for that first game right there with the 7 golden letters. And I mean, as we said earlier, this is an incredible momentum matchup, right? If Tuho gets to mauling Miri in the corner, he has a rough time dealing with it. Eustace's options to break out of pressure are very, very limited, kind of in classic zone control fashion. And Tuho just has to deal, the Tuho is just making him deal with all of these shenanigans right now. Right now, the H-Grenade will be coming through in the corner for Miri. Nice spot dodge there on the charged Flamic Thunder, keeping him going, but again, you can't jump on him.
And of course, there we see the follow-up to that too heavy, kind of preempting the air stall. It does give him a worse conversion if you go for it, and you don't get the counter hit. So, but Miri, you know, wanting to take the safety over the, you know, the extra damage. Knows if he gets this position again, he's good. But nice jump from Tuho is going to give him the corner.
Yeah, and this is actually a rough situation to be in right now for me. He's down to 0 bravery points, but the grenades, thankfully, will be netting him this round right here with a nice pickup there with the Flamic Thunder. But this was a very precarious position for Miri to be in. Even if you look at the health lead he had, the next hit might have even killed him because of the 0 BP modifier, making you take that extra 50% damage.
Yeah, and it's so much, especially if they can get a super at the end of it, that minimum damage gets really high.
Absolutely, gets incredibly brutal.
Okay, nice conversion. We got the corner swap, and now leaving Miri on about half health here. Does have 100 meter for the reversals. There it comes out. Tuho trying to get those stance M overheads. Nice jump, doesn't press anything. Could have got the punish on the slow kill. Finding that poke out, has this corner control again.
I also really like the uses of the charged Flamic Thunder here from Miri. He's trying to call a preemptive spot dodges from Tuho to try and get a full counter conversion in the corner. But right now, just a simple 6XL into auto combo is going to do it here for Miri, as he's going to get the dead end fall going with the thick outro as well. 2-1 now over to Ojo.
Yeah, no. One of those matchups where, like, the person in the lead feels so confident. Like, Miri's corner pressure looks insurmountable. He's facing immaculate. You know, you talked about those Flammic charges. 2-0 has been spot dodging them all, but the second he doesn't, it's over.
Yep.
But now Miri pushing back to that corner, charge, slow kill, spot dodging their grenade. It's still Eustace's turn if you do that. Oh, there's that ult grenade. Yeah, the throw tech, no longer deleting that grenade, so it stays. You still have to block it after.
Yep.
Eustace no longer getting mixed on his own pressure. It's so nice.
Definitely a nice quality of life adjustment. Really good counter poke there from Miri. Again, he's just looking for that last little hit to close things out for the round. And the U slow kill is going to do it.
And you can feel Tuho getting a little more antsy in his play, a little more, you know, sending that 2-3-6U, just trying to get in. Jump has to block the slow kill flip. Gonna be BC'd. Miri does not want to hold these plus frames. Happy to spend early just to not be in this situation.
Exactly. He doesn't want to have to deal with stance pressure whatsoever, so just uses any chance he gets to BC. We've seen him quite aggressively use his bravery points throughout this entire set, and definitely something you have to be doing. Spot dodge there, mistimed from Tuho, will lead to a full punish from Miri. And once again, Tuho finding himself stuck in the corner here against these Eustace extensions. Miri always has those on deck. The green grenade coming through, that's plus. And you just have to deal with these shenanigans. The throw tech coming through, Tuho holding on for dear life, but man, the window is closing right now.
Okay, but that's a nice little, you know, get his hand under there, keep them from shutting. Has the SSB that's going to strip away the last 2 Brave points that Miri had. And now one more touch is going to be enough for either player here. Tuho, of course, does have to... Oh my god, you got to pick up that! Almost had the kill as well, and that's it. The spot dodge missed from Tuho is going to fall to Miri. Really good showing against who I believe is top seed at this bracket tonight. So
yeah, definitely. Tuho definitely doing his best and really showing us some great Yule gaming right there. A bit of a dying breed, so always a good time having him on the stream. So great performance from Tuho, and it looks like we're going to be moving on pretty soon to our next game that we have coming up, which is going to be, I believe, Arafu
and Yuna
versus Yuna.
Sandalphon versus the Vera. Vera, a character that, like, historically has had trouble with, like, any form of decent projectile. Sandalphons, I feel, are kind of good.
Yeah.
Of course, has that installed at, in this game especially, makes it quite a bit more easy to deal with. Has those air dashes, has a teleporting ult skill. We'll see.
The old jump scare.
It's the thing, too. You have to hit a 30-frame command grab if you don't want to spend meter on it, but, you know, Arafu is a bit of a seasoned gamer.
Yeah, a bit of a seasoned gamer, you know, definitely looking over 25. So he's probably going to get hit by that one time, but we're going to see it, definitely.
Telling you, hard rule with that stuff, if it's got less frames than your age, you can't react.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, very, very true.
We'll see how it goes. Of course, Vera did... in recent patches, get away to install for just 50 meter. The ultimate Luminaria, giving that crumple state, so you just 5U run up
you
after
just run in, just get him.
Yoink him. Getting set up. We'll see if we see any more stances from Arafu. We saw him, you know, you said favoring the fire. You do get, like, extra damage on the fireballs. That fireball also launching.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
I mean... That's certainly been the thing that Arafu has been favoring thus far, making sure, as well, I like that, making sure, this is how you know, we got some old school gamers here, making sure all the inputs are turned on, not playing to Fukuhara's vision saying, we want none of that newfangled nonsense, we're going to be doing our inputs. And Arafu and Yuna are going to be looking to get right into things here, probably going to be having a button check first, I would assume, but yeah, like this is a fun matchup.
Going into the that top 8 qualifier, you don't want to be missing that shot at that because you put your skill button in the wrong spot.
That's
there we go. Round start Raging Strike, I do not think is a strong Vera option. So with my deductive reasoning,
you'd be surprised if you're going online playing ranked, running into Vera players. You would be surprised at what types of options you're going to be seeing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Definitely moving on layers that were previously unknown.
Moving it different on that. I gotta spend all my crystals, Zaza.
mean, they gave you the bravery points to use them, you know?
It's free. It's literally free.
Exactly.
There are no consequences for my actions.
Definitely. I mean, if you just don't get hit, then you can just use bravery points however much you'd like. But yeah, all jokes aside, of course.
Yo.
Picking the Belial theme, already a strong bonus right here. I believe that was Arafu selecting. So,
That was Arafu, yeah.
that's how you know he's a real one, going for the Belial theme. And we're going to be getting right into things here, as we are going to be determining the second player in our winner side of the final. And we're going to be determining who's going to be facing Tuho later as well.
Starting out aggressive for Yuna. Oh my god, the counter hit close heavy now, also giving that install. Free install at the start of the match is huge to try and come back from.
Definitely. Yeah, giving Vera these tools to navigate around that fireball pressure you were mentioning earlier is really, really good. And Sandalphon is now going to explode into a billion pieces. Counter hit install Vera starter will shatter your bones.
Should be one more interaction after this, but not looking like a great first round for Refu. We did see him lose the first round to Own by as well, though. Just, you know, revving up the engines. Now has the corner. Oh, no kill from Yuna. Does get the hit.
Didn't quite believe in the full power of the white woman normal right there on that far light, but the jump in is going to do it. Arafu, of course, left on that chip point, didn't really have any option to get out of a true string into the chip out right there.
See the adaptation for this round, immediately getting into that fire stance.
Yeah, and again, I do like that. Just, you know, those fireballs getting buffed by the fire stance and just giving him a lot more good options to try and prevent Vera from getting her game plan going is just really good. Once again, we're going to see the extension here. Arafu actually opting to keep the stance right here going. Doesn't actually expend the stock.
Yeah, doesn't have to spend the fireball cooldown either, so I think just valuing that in this matchup is just going to be able to kill without ever having to use that interaction.
Definitely. I love Sandalphon combos. They're so fun.
It's so chunky.
Yeah.
That the stock spender, it's so nice.
The stock spender is super chunky. The hit grab is incredibly chunky.
Yeah. It's close heavy too. He just fucking bonks you. Good night. Nice anti-air. No button from Yuna, so doesn't get a massive conversion. Nice PC. Just gets through the fireball.
Finds a nice run-up back throw there as well. Arafu now putting Yuna in the corner. Looking pretty confident here. That heavy fireball, once again, empowered by the fire stance, will be leading to a full conversion for Arafu, who will be cashing out into SBA. The Einstoffer going to be coming through into full damage. One grab or small little stray hit away from taking Yuna out right here. The BC going wide. The stance getting interrupted though, and Yuna definitely, this is her chance to make something happen. Another BC whiffing here for Arafu.
Now on chip point though against these fireballs. Spot dodge had to come out and couldn't bait the DP with just a block. And yeah, just gonna chip out with the stance.
Yeah, and of course those kind of judgment cut projectiles coming out of the stance from Arafu are really, really tough to deal with. They're very, very difficult to spot dodge as well because they linger around quite a bit. So going around the chip point right there was an almost impossible task for Yuna, and Arafu very correctly identifying and comfortably executing that as well. That's another thing as well, right? If you're playing this game against an opponent who's near chip point, people tend to freak out a bit and really try to force the chip, which leads to a lot of unintended comebacks, but Arafu is someone who's just gonna play it calm.
Yeah, no, like, people get a little too excited when they smell the blood in the water. Arafu just sees the opportunity, the investment opportunity. Nice anti-air, doesn't get the 214H though. That is going to be a punish for Arafu. Doesn't get a whole lot off of it, does get that stance. Yeah,
the U fireball right there, of course, leading to the hard knockdown for Arafu. Get some pressure going. Beautiful punish right there with the far light into the 2-1-4U again. The low prison getting the full follow-up right there, spending the stocks, and that is going to almost be death for Yuna right there. SSBA coming through. I think he's bashing out of it. Yep.
Yeah, nice use of that stance backdash. Yeah, outranging that super. Yuna's life saved by the combo limit, but just didn't have the right options afterward.
Yeah, Arafu is really making me want to pick this character back up right now.
Look, they got me back. They might get you back.
Potentially.
Minor buffs
we'll see.
I'm back.
Yeah. Nice extension right there with the no way out from Arufu. Gonna be leading to a nice little corner bombo. Yuna opting to go for a BC. Now has the pressure in her favor. Arufu counter-poking out of the pressure. Once again, using those little judgment cuts to try and prevent the approach from Yuna. Nice 6XL once again as well. Blocking out these cheeky little low attempts. And those U fireballs have been working out really well for Arufu once again.
Yeah, has fought his way all the way from corner to corner. BC from Yuna just trying not to get stuck in there. Dead to any hit anyway, so doesn't mind going to that 1BP.
Definitely.
Okay, nice. Presses after it. Felt that Arefu was going to get greedy on the punish, try and just get in and take his turn.
I like the decision point from Yuna there as well, actually choosing to forgo some damage, not going for the SSBA, instead going into the install with her meters, and she can set up a better next touch, and it's going to pay dividends right here as Yuna takes the round.
Yeah, no, really good like awareness there, you know. Like you were saying, people getting a little too excited when they feel the kill. Yuna though, looking a bit further into the future, like no, I have to invest in this this old skill.
Install stonks at an all-time high right now, going to the moon, and Arufu finding his way once again in the corner. Has to deal with all of the 6XL pressure. Nice BC timing right there. Will get him out of the situation. And the cheeky little DP just letting it rip. Arufu is someone who plays a very calm and confident defense. So a lot of the time when he's going to whip out the DP, people aren't really ready for it.
Right, absolutely. Now getting rewarded with a full combo in the corner. Nice. Getting that 6XL at full range. So I guess the 2M conversion at the end of it too. Should be swapping the BP economy here. Yuna going to 1. Arefu putting himself out of the damage penalty. He's going to need another interaction here. Yuna on her last legs. Nice. The ultimate DP. Not getting a side swap, but still getting you out of that corner, out of that pressure.
Yeah, notably though, doesn't have meter left for install now, and Arufu finds a nice 2H anti-air. It's going to be going up 2-0 here over Yuna. So of course, she still has the opportunity to bring things back right here. She still has a game to go, but Arufu currently is looking very calm and collected, very confident.
Could reverse sweep here, but part of reverse sweeping, I feel like, is you got to rattle your opponent a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to get it into their head that, oh my god, I'm getting reverse swept. Yeah. I can't let this happen. Arefu's not the kind of person that happens to. I think his mental is a little too strong, so this is going to be a really uphill battle.
Arefu was also like forged in the fires of Guilty Gear Strive when he. I think it was like playing Giovanna when that character wasn't considered great. So I don't think anyone can rattle him at this point. I think he's just completely numb to it. And
if you're not rattled by Guilty Gear Strive, nothing can do that.
Yep.
Like, that is the rattler.
I'm pretty sure he was playing through like launch Happy Chaos experiences as well. So Arufu, someone who's been going through the crucible and has come out a stronger man the other way. So
I will say, speaking of mental, I do appreciate Yuna going to that character select.
Absolutely.
You know, doesn't have a second character to play, just wanted that second to think, you know, what's been going wrong. Or even if you're not like thinking about the last sets, just calming yourself before you get into the one. It has to be 3 straight wins here for Yuna.
Exactly. You got that. You got the time. You know, we're not on a timer here. We're not playing rank. You don't have to mash the rematch button. It'll be fine. You can go to character select, and that's another beautiful thing about offlines, is Yuna finds a nice hit right here. Life totals looking in her favor as the grab comes through. And again, we were talking about it earlier. Arufu, not a young whippersnapper anymore, getting caught out by that 5U, but finds a nice little shimmy right there. That's going to be a big extension. That heavy fireball, empowered by the fire stance, does give you a link mid-screen, which is really, really good.
Yeah, really, really strong tech. Yuna managing to get out of the corner here. 1 BP for both players, so 1 good hit is going to be enough for the round either side. 100 meter on deck for both, so this is a... yeah, just a heavy, like, tense situation.
Absolutely.
Anything's going to explode you. Surprised we didn't start seeing, you know, old skills coming out there. They are a good way to extend your plus frames. Maybe steal that last BP from your opponent.
Definitely.
Chilling, finding that clean hit for the end. Oh, no! The Scarlet Oath putting Yuna in the corner.
And Arufu once again finding another counter, doesn't overextend on his conversions, and never mind, he's young after all. Unfortunately, the max range right there when the no way out doesn't quite land in the full conversion, and Yuna will be reversing the momentum off of that. Had to route into the 2-on-4H, had no other real option there to get his full extension.
Yeah, now pressure's on. Another nice challenge from Arefu. This time not ready for a full conversion afterwards. There's that VC we were talking about earlier. Yeah, just trying to find some plus frames with these old skills, but Everything's coming up Arefu right now. Getting towards that corner. And what a really potent corner carry combo. Really good use of resources and ending on the stock as well.
And once again, just these 5L counter pokes are doing God's work for Arefu, and he will be taking the set 3-0 to the cheers of the French crowd.
Hell yeah. There are very few scenes quite as loud and supportive of their boys as the French.
Absolutely, we got Riori popping off already.
Yeah.
Love to see it. French scene always ready and raring to go. And that's another thing that you can only get at an offline, so make sure to pull up for that. As we're going to be going into the loser side of the bracket right here, we're going to be determining who gets to face off later. Yep. Actually,
winners finals. Okay.
Going to be going into his finals, yeah.
Refu running the gauntlet a bit here.
Yeah, Refu having to run the gauntlet, actually.
This is going to be up against Miri.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about like how calm and collected both of these players are, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah. I mean, this is a projected match as well, right?
Yeah,
this is something that we were kind of anticipating to have on the stream, and that's one that I've been personally been looking forward to the most here. As we're going to be getting Miri versus Arefu, of course, the two top-seeded players of the school, I believe, as well. So it's bound to be a good one.
It's nice. Two giants from base game as well.
Yeah.
You always worry, like, of course you're happy to see new blood coming into the scene.
Definitely.
But you always worry when a new release comes out that it's like all the old heads are gone.
Yeah.
But no, like this, I think this bracket in general, we see a lot of the old giants, you know, as well as new faces. It's a nice mix. You know, we had MFH in Pool 1 damn near getting through the top 8.
Yeah,
Almost
I mean,
like
actually taking out Swampin in the winner's side
Yeah.
and then losing the run back, but still, you know, putting in such a performance against such a titan of base game is certainly something that can't be underestimated.
We'll see how this goes. The, you know, the times these two would have fought in base game, this would have been Jita versus Eustace. This time Sanophon. Still Shoto McGee on Arefu's side, but the tried and true Eustace for Mary. Yeah. Gotta wonder how like character familiarity is gonna come into it. Like, of course, Sanophon is very much a Shoto at his heart, but
Definitely, yeah.
you know, Mary isn't playing a character like Eustace. He's playing Eustace. Yeah, we're getting a button check here. Of course, you know, this is a match to get into top 8 on the winner's side. A much more comfortable position than having to fight out for it in the loser's side. Only to still have to play top 8 in loser's side, so we'll see the parade's list still locked in. Shoutouts to Pap. I think every second Thursday running the parade's list tournament. Money on the line, so you see the big names come out. Mary is kind of the demon of that bracket, consistently winning. Immediately the zoning for Miri. Big hit, counter hit, grounded for the slow kill, so it gets a nice little extension into the corner. And yeah, the spacing on these grenades, nice 6-6L. Doesn't get a hit, but at least stops the projectiles coming out. But now we're back to mid-screen. Miri, plenty comfortable out here. Backdashing his way to the corner. Okay, takes the throw, that grenade gone. Of course, if he gets a throw or any projectile hit, it will pop you into the air for a more potent combo. Oh, almost got unblockable. Would have been massive. Nice, yeah. The double, that was a perfect. Oh, I thought Arefu got a hit. Okay, never mind. Didn't even get chipped. Miri not sweating at all in this round 1. Of course, we have seen Arefu prefer to take it calm and collected for round 1, even if it costs him. This time now more aggressive, getting that corner, EX Fireball to extend the pressure. Again, that 6XL spacing. Ultimate Fireball gonna beat out Miri's EX. Yeah, gets that stock, gets the meaty. Throw coming out is a really, really strong position, of course. Miri, without the meterless reversal, does have to commit. Spending it instead on that Fireball. Does get plenty of reward on it. Nice amount of chip damage on block 2. Old mid-screen conversion for Arefu into the stock spender as well. Another ult doesn't get the pickup. Could have had the kill off of that hit.
Yeah, a bit of a tragic whiff right there. However, is going to be able to get the chip point going on Miri right now. And as you can see, once again, Arufu just backing off, finding one of these judgment cuts to get the chip damage going. Not risking it, doesn't go for something like a 2-on-4H right there to try and get the chip. Doesn't want to be interrupted, just playing it calmly, confidently, and getting the round right there.
Yeah, no. Round back and forth. Chris Miri starting on the perfect, but Arufu taking a significantly better round. Now this time in the corner, nice conversion into that grenade. This time we see the throw hit. Okay, plus on block DP, just wants to catch any option.
I really like that as well, you know, to try and call out some of these maybe fuzzy jumps from Arufu, just staying super confident there and getting the far light punish as well on the command jump follow-up. And that's going to be a nice, pretty much pushing all the way. Oh, Wind! He's not on chip, but well, shit, now I gotta buy you a drink. God dang it.
Viva la France! Thank you, Arufu.
Italy. Chat, you know how much drinks cost in Sweden? I am now ruined forever.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask for the Alpha Valentine. That shit's like $20.
But yeah,
if he does it again, maybe.
Yeah.
In the corner now, Miri getting the media grenade, just holding that spacing so well here. Finds the counter hit. Ref trying to fight out, and we're back in that grenade pressure. The triple attack low.
Not something you see too much in this game, but paying dividends right here from Miri, pulling out all the hidden layer 19 options right now up against Arufu, who is on a high life deficit. However, he still has the chance to make this work. He does have the full meter on deck. Soundwolf is a character who can deal quite explosive damage if you find the right hit, but Miri is going to make it very hard to find that, and the dashing overhead will be doing it for this round.
In the base game, you know, we had those universal overheads. A couple of characters got that move swapped over to their dash M, seeing it implemented there with the grenade pickup. That ultimate grenade from Usus is so cool too. Initially a bit of a, the counter hit, the Dokumitenda.
Yep, Dokumitenda. Coming through, gonna be going for the nice extension, but Arufu once again looking incredibly confident in his corner defense game. He definitely knows the shenanigans from Miri.
Still stuck there under. Nice throw bait.
Like the frame kill with 6XL there as well from Miri. Coming out, blocks the slow kill in the air. Of course, not at a spacing where you could get air unblockable. But Arufu finds another nice little hit. Tries to shimmy, but gets called out really hard by Miri, who's going to be taking the second game right here, going up 2-0 now over Arufu.
Yeah, definitely wants to be comfy in that winner side spot. I don't believe we'll be fighting the winner of last pool. I think it's next pool.
I believe so too.
I don't remember how this stuff works. That's for
TOs to figure out, exactly.
Starting out. That back hit DP again, hitting twice. Corners himself though. Doesn't quite get the hits that he wanted. And now Arufu with the corner combo of his own gets stocked up. They cash out that 50 meter for the extended conversion. So now just holding the same kind of pressure. The grenade sniping the ultimate fireball. 50 meter spent to look pretty.
Smoke him if you got him. You know, sometimes you just gotta have to send it out. This time the ultimate fireball not gonna be whiffing, but Miri just mashing on the wake up. Has no fear of anyone. Is gonna be looking to put himself in a real comfortable position right here after the dead end fall. Taking 2 of Arufu's bravery points. The zoning gets even more scary when you take that extra damage. You can't afford to take any stray hit anymore. And Miri once again just waking up with buttons.
Yeah, no, both of these players so confident with their light mashes. We see very few counter hits on either end, just like perfectly challenging both sides. But now Miri, with that back throw, going to get himself on set point. This is a hell of a hill for Arufu to climb. Has to reverse sweep from match point. Nice, that JU, so active solo. There is that water stance. I don't think there's a drink on the line for this one. Simply has an orb on deck now. There we go, swiping out that projectile, but Miri's projectiles have such strong control. He's not been able to even represent the orb yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The orb may be powerful, but the orb has a ton of startup, and Midi will just simply not give you the space. Immediately upon recognizing that Arufu went into that water stance, we saw him switching to an incredibly aggressive projectile playstyle, just throwing out grenade after Flaming Thunder, just to try and not even give him the time to set up. And this is going to be Midi putting himself very close to killing another Raging Strike. Will do it! And that's going to be Midi taking it 3-0 over Arufu.
Of course, definitely, you know, figured it would favor Miri. Not that heavily. He is playing on fire today. I don't know if he's dropped a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking incredible. He's dropped one for Tutuho. But other than that, he's just been looking incredible, and he's going to be moving on to the winner's side of the top 8 right here. So, incredible performance here from Miri, but Arufu down but not out. Actually going to be facing off against the winners, respectively, of Yuna versus Tumbleweed and Tuho versus Owned by Gaming. Whoever advances from those sets, he's going to be facing off in the losers finals later.
As much as I like Yuna, I kind of want my boy Tumble to win.
Yeah, Tumbleweed, someone, of course, known from a bunch of other different scenes. I believe he's a big player in the uni scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Kind of just plays everything. I would expect him to win Mystery Bracket on Sunday. That's the kind of guy he is.
That's fair, that's fair. One of those multi-talents right there coming through. But yeah, Tumbleweed, I believe, actually placed really well at last year's Brussels Challenge, playing Grimnir.
Grimnir, yeah.
A character that now actually is considered to be pretty much the best character in the game.
Yeah, like, his fuzzies got taken out because everyone's did, but other than
you don't need them because you
Yeah.
still have, like, the exact other thing. But yeah, we're going to be quickly going to a swift 5-minute break before we're going to be moving on right here. And I hope you guys stay tuned for even more Granblue, and we will see you in just a second here at Headstomper.
Hello and welcome back to Headstomper 2025. We are here with more Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Pools action. We already got Miri through to that winner's side top 8, and now we're finding out who is going to join him on the loser's side. I'm here with Toast as always.
How you doing? How you doing? I am glad to be back once again after a short little break, and we're going to be determining who is going to make their way into the loser side of the top 8. Currently still waiting on the result between Yuna and Tumbleweed, who are still duking it out, as Juho has already sat down at the stage showing off La Creatura, who is going to be representing once again one of the last remaining Yules. And we are just waiting with bated breath with a large number of bystanders over there as well over the result of Yuna versus Tumbleweed apparently going down to the wire. And I'm just going to commentate based on the expression on our players' faces right here.
I'm very surprised, Yuna, very strong player in this game. Tumbleweed, of course, a strong, multi-game player.
Yeah.
But seeing him take, a Rising-only player to the wire like this, that's very impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those fundies do carry over, and Tumbleweed. If you're playing against someone who's playing Grimnir for fun, you know there's some wackery happening that you might not be ready for. And of course, representing a character that has now really risen up through the ranks in this game, someone who was really underrepresented and underexplored early when the game came out. People basically said, yeah, the character doesn't have a meterless reversal. We don't want to deal with that early. But now people just, especially ever since Zayn came over and just completely washed all of Europe at UFA, people have been really high on Grimnir, and he's established himself as one of the dominant characters in the meta. But no, both players still looking locked in. Every bystander looks like they're witnessing a car crash.
Yeah.
We can only
Saki, a head in his hands briefly.
Yeah. Chat, from our perspective, where we're sitting at the commentary desk, we can only see the back of the monitor and the faces of the players.
Yeah.
Right? So
they're clapping.
We don't even know what's going on. We are watching with the same anticipation that you guys are.
I have to assume who each person is cheering for. I assume a lot of them are here for Yuna.
Exactly.
I see Fantast on the side. That's a tumble cheer for sure.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of seeing people, it's been
Fogel
great.
is going through every fucking emotion that's humanly possible. Hi, Livy.
Tuho, meanwhile, just watching from the stage. He's been ready. He's probably done 15 button checks at this point. He's raring to go. It's dang.
No, I think the power
Tapping
move.
the stick.
Power move is don't check your buttons. You
Just don't
change
even
your
check your buttons. They just go
Wait,
like, oh.
he hasn't. He's just sitting on the useless windscreen. It is a cute windscreen, to be fair. Oh, we got clapping.
We got clapping. Someone won.
Someone might have won this match.
Well, we're going to see real quick because they're going to be led over by force to the stage immediately.
Oh.
And it's looking like it's going to be Yuna right here.
I wanted to see Grimnir so bad.
Oh, I mean, hold your breath for top 8. We might get one there. But yeah, the crowd is in motion right now as Yuna apparently reverse 3-0'd Tumbleweed, who had a strong head start right there, but is going to be facing off now against Tuho Juho, who's going to be the determining factor for who gets to face off against Arafu in the losers finals of the side of the bracket, and is going to be moving on to the losers top 8 after.
Gotta wonder how the mentalities for both of these players are doing right now too.
Yeah.
Has had quite a bit of time to just chill out.
Yeah, I mean he's probably relaxing. He's probably looking at like Yule fan art on the side with the Pixiv open. Meanwhile, Yuna, sweating for her life, has to fight against Grimnir and reverse sweep Tumbleweed.
That's
can only imagine the stress that puts on a person.
I'm like expecting it to be back and forth if Tumble's taking it this long, but reverse sweep, that dude had the momentum down.
Yeah. But you can't count Yuna out. Definitely someone who has a really strong mental game. I mean, we saw with her performance at the outplayed bracket as well. Had to make quite a few comebacks early. Yeah. Even was on the receiving end of one by Mr. Default, who sadly, I don't think he's in this bracket.
He's not here now, I don't believe so. I don't think a lot of the UK crowd made it out this time, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Of course, the tour does require a lot of travel to get to everything.
Definitely. But, you know, on the flip side, it is really cool to see that there's a lot of international strong competition for every game that we have here. And that really is the upside of these kind of tour systems where you get to gather points everywhere. You are really encouraged and incentivized to attend as many events as you can get. And, of course, Headstomper, no exception right here, being part of the ARC World Tour for, I believe, both Guilty Gear Strive and Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising.
Probably Union. I'm actually not sure. Under Night gets it. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, players just going through the button check. Of course, Tuho, just too busy vibing. You know, could have done that 10 minutes ago, but...
we had to look at Eustace talking about having coffee with Sandalfall.
Which, to be fair, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Can't really blame him for that one. My man just wants peace and quiet and a cuppa.
Imagine you beat someone's ass and you're like, all right, go make me coffee now. Make me coffee, we're going to review our match.
GG's, it was me. But yeah, getting into things right now, we're going to have Yuna versus Tuho Juho, Vera versus the old Yule, the Yipster, coming through right here on the loser side of the bracket. Both of these players facing elimination, so this is going to be down to the wire and a fight to the proverbial bracket death for either of these two.
Yeah, of course. Tuho, I wouldn't say comfortable fighting this matchup, but definitely
he's had to go through
the experience. Yeah. I've seen a lot of one must imagine Sisyphus happy memes in regards to Tuho and this Vera champion.
Definitely.
Nice conversion here with that flip, the ground bounce, giving a little bit of extra resourceless damage. Now just needs one last hit with Yuna trying to fight towards this corner. Throw whiff gets punished. Not anything major. Pretty sweet.
You know, back in the day, if they hadn't nerfed if they didn't like, you know, increase the pushback, I know he would have DP'd there.
Hell.
Tried to go for a little guard crush setup, but unfortunately the hit stun or the block stun on the Lumi not quite working out in Yuna's favor as Tuho takes the first round right here.
Yeah, no, nice spacing on that stance out. Beats out the old skill that Yuna was trying to just cheat her way out of that situation with. 6-6 was gonna land. Decent counter hit in that mid screen. Gets a nice position for Yuna. Is gonna hit that 6-6M.
Yeah, a nice little counter hit there as well on the Scarlet of BC getting blocked. That's minus on block now. No longer get to take your turn. And Yuna finds a nice U-Darkane. This is going to be a brutal chunk of damage. Should be able to finish things off here with the RSRC extension. And that's absolutely going to be Yuna firing back in a confident round.
Yeah, no. massive life lead that time. As opposed to kind of more back and forth on Tuho's win. See if that, the momentum from having just played was tight a match as it was. You know, being warmed up can be a big difference maker, especially for a momentum character like Vera. Nice bait on the DP, doesn't get the punish.
That was really tragic. Tuho going for that optimal 668 punish, but unfortunately that LDP from Vera, not that much recovery on it. And this is going to be a rough situation to find yourself an install being popped for Yuna. Has those tools on deck, finds the air throw, guilt gear common through right there.
So high, you know, knows that UL has that air stall, doesn't want to have to deal with it, just yoink you out of the sky. Okay, plus frames off of the old barricade, just kind of push Tuho towards the corner, needs this one last hit. Now it's getting mixed by the stance overhead, needs one more hit of anything, no punish.
Work out. Yeah, a bunch of crucial misses here for Tuho, but the 2U will be coming through for Tuho, getting him the first game on the set.
What a comeback in that round. Just got into the stance, got into the flow. So many hits in a row for Tuho, and manages to clinch out the round and take game one. Starting this one in the corner, tries to BC Yuna with the close heavy to get that counter hit and a nice chunk of damage here. Lumi set up, nice spot dodge. That's 2 failed Brave counters from Tuho so far.
Yeah, Tuho doesn't want to deal with Yuna's offense whatsoever. Sometimes to his detriment, the clashes come through and the grab actually works out really well in Yuna's favor, who's able to find another 668 extension in this Mickey Mouse game we've had so far.
Yeah.
So many weird interactions.
Yeah, it was quite the round. Yeah, wants to get that point on the board. Doesn't want to have to reverse sweep twice in a row.
Definitely not.
Beating out the 2 heavy from Vera. Tries the sick RPS with a parry. Disgusting to see it because they have to input it now.
Yeah.
This is what you think of me?
Lumi just chilling off screen, you know, getting the participation award.
She's going to visit Rose.
Yeah.
Rose Queen. I forgot her actual
the Rose
name.
Queen, yeah.
What we see here this time, it is a round 3 only character. Rosetta, that's her name.
Yeah, Rosetta.
I feel so bad. I'm a big fan of that character. We are not, though. She is not coming into play yet. Yuna going to take 2 straight rounds.
Yuna trying not to get distracted by the pretty woman, so just choosing to end the game early right there, firing back.
Not something many lesbians can do, so I think this is a very smart play. Win before the lady comes on screen.
Definitely. I do like the choice here from Tuho to try and get the diversion stage pick in there. You know, some stages are banned just for the sake of having too many like moving objects in the background. This stage depends on you as a person.
Yeah.
There we go, though. Tuho getting things going. The overhead finds its mark once again.
Yeah, throwing out of that BC attempt. Old DP now. Just get the side swap. Yeah, gets it with that Lumi. Tries to throw the back hip. Going to get the kill for Tuho? Okay.
Absolutely. Tuho fighting back hard and fast right there in this round. And we see it once again. Yule, you know, as much as she's not really considered to be in her best spot currently, she's kind of, you know, she's considered to be alright, but nothing too special. Once she gets going in the corner, you will soon live to regret those words. Like, this character is still incredibly momentum heavy and still has a lot of really strong mix-ups in the game where traditionally you don't really get too much high-low.
Yeah, exactly. It's a reason like Grimnir is so strong right now.
Exactly. I heard someone in the crowd just yell overhead and guess wrong. You got hit, whoever that was.
You got hit! That's why Yuna's here and not that guy.
Exactly. That's why Yuna made it here. And there we go. Lumi once again being deployed. This time a good BC timing from Tuho. Finds a little air-to-air there as well. Yuna maybe trying to go for another air throw. And this time Tuho is just looking for one more good hit to finish things off. Yuna though does have the install going, so she has those incredible install tools by her side. And this should absolutely do it if she doesn't drop the combo,
Yeah,
which she
that
shouldn't.
one BP as well. And that's the thing, you know, you're kind of comfortable playing on that 1 BP at that life total because it's like you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead either
full,
way.
So like, this is where you're like more comfortable spending those brave counters, spending those raging strikes. But yeah, Yuna still managing to find that nice clean hit at the end. Pull it up. There's the pretty lady.
Yeah.
It's over for Yuna, I'm afraid.
I do really love that call out there from Yuna. She saw last time Tuho tried to go on the air stall hit, he tried to go for his throw, and this time Yuna preemptively backdashed it, calling that option out. That was really, really good. This time just going for the delayed DP, calling out the air stall, and getting another nice hit on the board. Tuho going for the plus frames. Once again, tried to RPS. The UO players cannot be contained. And once again, they shall pay for their hubris.
Yeah, no, now into this Lumi setup again. Counter hit on those staggers. Yuna going up 2-1. Now from a dicey position in her last game to the controlling position in this one. Wants that run back against Arefu.
Absolutely. The sick RPS not working out for Tuho as Yuna is now looking in a commanding position. Tuho taking a second on the rematch right there, just pondering.
Absolutely, your bracket life is on the line.
Yeah.
Here. Like, take your time.
Definitely. 6XM tried to get cheeky on round start, tried to get even cheekier with the DP, and I feel like things are falling apart just a little bit here for Tuho. Never mind, he's a genius.
Just rip it
He's
again.
a genius.
They'll never expect the second one.
Why did I ever doubt his Emersonian mind?
Actually, a huge thing for Vera in the Season 2 patch is the DP counter hit recovery means that if she blocks a DP from you, she gets that free install every single time.
Yep. That's just incredible value right there for Vera as Yuna puts Tuho in a last hit situation once again. BC this time taking away the meter from Yuna, who was trying to go for the U-Darkane, I would imagine, right there. And Tuho finds another good hit. This might be the start of something, Gekiko.
Yeah, the double low has really good corner pressure here, has 50 meter for another extension. The hop is going to make the throw. The BC immediately. Tuho just BCing out of those pulse frames, going for the throw again, and gets chipped out by the heavy Darkane. Tuho almost had that comeback. Just wasn't quite able to close it now. We're chilling under this final round, letting that windscreen play.
Yeah, rough one there. Tuho almost, he was a genius, but things didn't quite work out as well. But there's the sick RPS! Why did he do it?
He did it because he is a genius.
Because he is a Yule player at heart. You can take the slop DP out the Yule, but you can't take it out the Yule player.
Exactly. Now, nice back throw from Yuna. That slide -4 at its safest spacing. Nice to get that throw. Gonna have a Lumi set up here. Back that. Doing that spot dodge.
The spot coming through.
The BC, of course, landing plus still, even if they don't do it.
Yeah,
Thanks to
Yuna
that Lumi.
now looking confident that that throw is going to do it as Yuna takes the set 3-1 over Tuho. Looking just a little bit dejected, but you can't really blame him. Still an incredible performance here from Tuho as Yuna will be moving on to face Arefu once more.
And of course, we saw kind of a rough time for Yuna last time she fought Arefu in this bracket, but hopefully has had that time to, kind of think about what went wrong.
Reflect on her actions again.
Yeah, exactly. Reflect on her words and deeds. Whereas Arefu has just been chilling.
Yeah, he has just been chilling. He's ready. He's probably been grabbing a cup of coffee, role playing at Sandal Fun. Tuho coming through in the back with some expletives, but can't really blame him.
Yeah.
Still a great performance from him, and again, it's always fun to see the last Gipper,
Of course, yeah. No.
It's always fun to have him on. See, and that's coming from me, the number one dedicated Yule hater. I really like watching Tuho play.
It's awesome. It's great when a player can break through the wall of hatred to earn your respect. Still.
Exactly.
Would you let him on first half of Heritage?
Yes, I have done that a bunch of times. Because he usually requests first half as well.
Oh, okay,
I've done that like a ton of times. Unfamiliar with my game over here. SMH. But yeah, in the background, we're currently already hearing the cheers. We're already hearing people pop off.
Oh, we love plastic chants coming out.
Absolutely. Vera, of course, known to be a connoisseur of plastic consumption. As Arefu, once again, confidently just locks in the Sandalphon. Not really a surprise there. I would be really shocked to see him deviate from the Sandy at any point so far in this tournament. I think he's been really practicing on the character. He looks incredibly confident, and his conversions have been incredibly on point.
Yeah.
So.
And like we've seen really good challenges, which I feel like only comes from a lot of comfort on your character.
Definitely.
Yuna currently, for the button check at least, showing the
Yeah, do
Catalina.
not be deceived, chat. Like, this will be Vera versus Sandalphon. There will be no Catalina here, and if it is, it's going to be a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're talking about like how comfortable Refu seems on that Sandalphon.
Yeah. Giving him another Shoto matchup to be even more confident in, nah.
And of course, Catalina,
Would be very shocked to not see the Vera here. Yep, there we go.
like character strength maybe in Catalina's favor, but
Yeah.
like you know, Arefu's a tournament grinder.
Definitely.
He's going up against Catalina.
It doesn't matter.
plenty.
He's going to be facing off against Catalina no matter what. Also has, you know, I heard whispers and tales that the French have some unknown OD Catalina players as well at their
Oh, of
locals
course.
that only ever show up at French locals and are
Yeah.
completely unknown entities otherwise. And I'm willing to believe it because every time people tell me about that, like those French players show up to one tournament and just win every single time.
Exactly.
So I'm willing to believe the horror stories as we get into our losers finals right here. Arefu versus Yuna, France versus Germany.
Yeah, no. Like you said earlier, two of the strongest scenes in this game going up against each other.
Really nice pickup right there from Yuna, of course. And gotta be rooting for my countrywoman here a little bit, you know?
Oh yeah. Yo, same. Transfly and all that.
Exactly. Gonna be going for a cheeky reversal super, and it's gonna land. Vera now, of course, in Rising does get a full extension off of that reversal super.
we
Makes it
haven't
even cheekier.
We haven't seen one from her at all this bracket so far too.
Yeah.
So pulling it out right when you know your life is really on the line. Now kind of cornered, and we've seen how well Arefu can hold that corner. Nice hit. Should be able to get the extension for the kill. That install, ultimate skill, getting the mid-screen bounce.
Yeah, and Yuna definitely looking very locked in. Of course, Arefu probably been chilling, has to get kind of back into the swing of things right here. Has been sitting pretty comfortable there, waiting for the results of the previous games. But, I mean, we saw it earlier when we've seen it in pretty much every set where we've had Arefu on stream. He takes like a round or two to really like zero in on his opponent, but then it just looks brutal.
Yeah, it takes him a little while to rev it up, but once he does, he
Fatal
is
Fury
in his
mentioned.
zone. I have to give a shout out to my boy, the city of the wolf.
Exactly. John Wolf's going to be coming through as Arefu takes Yuna down to almost chip point right here. BC coming out. Has to get out of the corner situation, plus frames, but Arefu just backing off once again, just trying to play it calm and collected, looking for the judgment cuts. Now chip point is on deck. Tries to go for the 2H, and you see it stuffed out actually by the jump and was just a little bit too far away. And Yuna has to make this happen. Spot dodge, just a fireball. BC comes through, and yeah, that one is really difficult to avoid.
Getting on chip point against those judgment cuts, it's just so difficult. We
Yeah.
saw too in both games, you know, on chip point, can't just bait a DP, has to get the spot dodge on it. And Refu just chill to not let it rock. Tying up the rounds 1-1. DP coming out this time. Plenty of confidence, like you said, with if he is letting those rip, it is gonna hit.
Most certainly. Once again, opting to go for the fire stance right here. Something that we, of course, have seen Arefu do throughout most of this bracket. Does have the 2-on-4H stack as well. And you can tell, like, it's quite interesting to see. I'm pretty sure that was missing, by the way. It's quite interesting to see that Arefu, he's not really just letting 2-on-4Hs rip. He's not really just going for the guard crush. He prefers to still keep the pace slow, even when he does have to stack up.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
Which is a bit of a double-edged sword, though, because you do take that extra 10% damage while you have to stock up. So you have to play even more. If you want to play that slow pace, if you want to try and slow things down, you are still playing with fire. You're effectively putting yourself at 10% less health.
yeah, no. Extra worse now that he's on that 0 BP. That's going to be up to a 60% extra damage. Not mattering right now when you're the one dealing it. Towards the corner. Jab from Yuna. The plus frames still challenging on
Yeah, absolutely no fear in Arefu's soul right now. Doesn't even choose to press his advantage on the minus frame after the pressed BC right there. This time trying to go for the chip out, and the 2M will find its mark. Arefu taking the first set right here in a very, very close game.
Yeah, that was an incredible last round too. The patience from Refu to be playing 0 BP with the stock damage up as well and just chilling. Managing to pull it back on such low HP. And, you know, taking a second to think here because you know, you had that round.
Definitely,
That
yeah.
was, that was your round to lose. What went wrong?
Battle 1.
You gotta like,
Engage.
you gotta lock in and make sure it
Yeah.
doesn't happen again. You gotta
Absolutely.
be finishing your plate against a player like Arefu.
Once again, Arefu finding himself in the corner with a fire stock up early, and now taking that extra 10% damage penalty, taking the throw. The ultimate fireball once again coming through as the guard crush will be coming out. BC has to be forced here from Yuna, and looking incredible right now. Still in this neutral game, Arefu just with such confidence navigating through this neutral.
Sending himself back to the corner a bit, but the judgment cut protecting that space so Yuna can't just take what was given. Wow, nice conversion. Gonna get that wall bounce. Stalking up immediately again. Nice challenge from Yuna and the reset as well. We have not seen her going for cheeky ones like that too often. So it can throw you off your game a little bit. Old SSBA up here, but these install Derricane is going to be enough to get the kill. Yuna closing out the round, but we've seen how often Arefu will drop round one and then come back swing and judgment cut, stopping that Lumi. Just sending the heavy Derricane. Managed to find a counter hit, but not much more when you're not an install. DP coming out on that special cancel.
6XL finds its mark once again here, and these random 2-on-4s are actually starting to work out really, really well for Arefu, who's been just standing at peak far heavy range.
Now has the pressure of the corner, and now has been able to push Yuna into it. Oh, spends the ult fireball, expecting a connection, but it doesn't whiff enough. 50 meter down the drain. Yuna trying to fight out of this corner still. We're back to the mid screen, but Arefu not particularly uncomfy to be playing the neutral out here.
Yeah, and again, just another 5L challenge that he was just so ready for. Drops the combo, unfortunately, and this is going to be a big hit. SSBA coming through just off of the counter at heavy. 0 BP on Arefu's side now, and he is just about to explode. Watch the damage, chat. Ow!
Yeah, no, install off the table now for Yuna, unless she can find that 5U connection, but the damage still only like a throw away for Arefu. Of course, Yuna as well. Almost on chip point here. Nice tech. It just sends the U fireball. Yuna getting a bit overzealous with the approach. Just going to walk into that wall.
And one thing throughout the entirety of this pool that we've seen time and time again from Arefu is that he's incredibly comfortable in stonewalling people with the use of this U fireball. Like, I've never seen Sandwolfon hit so many of those in like any bracket that I've watched.
Incredible too how well he's able to play on low HP too. Some people start, they feel their back of the wall, start to panic. Arefu looks like he couldn't be more comfortable.
Exactly. Again, just playing it confident and calm, even while suffering from that damage penalty. For Sandwolfon, while in his base form, takes regular damage as a regular health character, but if you go into any one of his stances, you take 10% increased damage while you have that stance active. With Wind, you even take 20% more.
Yeah,
this is going to be a big extension, and we might even see our first Paradise lost of the set. Absolutely.
Shouldn't be enough to kill here, but Yuna gonna be on 1 BP and a prayer at the end of this. 100 meter is on deck. It does have plenty to play with for the reversals. But this is rough. Just gonna get thrown. No escape.
I got hit.
Up 2-0.
I got hit. Gotta be honest, the staggered like dash up into throw was diabolical right there. And he was gambling with his life on the line too, because if Yuna had counterpoked that, that's death with 100 meter, 100%. But Arefu is just, once again, we've been going on and on about it, but he's just playing with such incredible confidence, which is something that we don't get to see much, because Arefu, you know, not someone who you'll see in a lot of the more regular online events, someone who, you know, obviously has a really active local scene in France. And every time we get to see him at a major, it's always a treat.
Yeah, for sure. You always worry when you see people who are not like competing in the weekly online stuff. That's like, oh, have they just dropped the game? Are they out of practice?
I was like, nope, they've just been grinding locally. Yep.
Especially the French. Like, I can never count out the French because I know they're just all playing locally.
Yeah, definitely. They're all chilling at Pap's Palace, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Getting a little cheeky on the minus frames. Arefu, of course, with the challenge ready. has been unfazable with that kind of thing so far. Nice. The counter hit 6-6-0. Gonna get the party started for Yuna here, though. Has 100 meters. Should see the install ender here. This is a really, really good position. The Lumi setup. Gets the throw before it lands. Overhead. Those plus frames. It's a challenge, as always, from Arafu.
Yeah, Arafu now this time finding a really nice little opportunity to BC once again. Gonna be going for the extension, and Yuna finds herself another round on the board.
Definitely wants to take this one. Has to reverse sweep here. But getting that round on the board before like having to stare down.
Oh, that's a big DP whiff right there. This is going to be a huge chunk of damage coming out for Arafu. The no way out for the full conversion as well. Goes into the stance once again. Has to fire stock up.
And now the corner for Arafu. Finds the 6XL. Has the meter on deck. This should be a clean kill. And a clean set point for
Absolutely. Arafu taking her down with the Einsofort for the set point right now, and the French crowd is popping off already. We need to see more. Who's rooting for Arafu in the crowd?
And who has got Yuna's back in this matchup? A bit louder for Yuna.
Bit louder for Yuna even. The French are getting shown up here at their own boy. That's crazy.
She definitely needs that power up right now. The BC attempt is gonna get throw plus frames from the fireball. BC'd out back to that mid-screen. Minus takes the RPS. We're close to the corner now. Has so much health to get through. The old fireball spot dodge this time. Now
Finds a really good 6XL right there. That's a big counter. You know, opting to go for the set, but once again, Arafu mashes out, and this should do it. Into the basketball combo, into the hit grab, low prison, and that's gonna do it. Arafu takes it over Yuna. It will be moving on to your loser side, top 8.
We saw that so many times. Someone starts to finally mount that comeback against Arafu, and all it takes is that one close light counter poke, and he gets it.
Fellas be like, I got my whole life ahead of me. No, you don't. Arafu 5L is coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what a beautiful set to finish this. Finish out this pool right here. Of course, we have in our winner side of the pool, we have Miri, who's going to be advancing, and on the loser side, Arafu with Yuna out in the respectable, third place of the pool, still putting in a great performance.
9th overall out of like 70 people I think we have in this bracket.
Yeah.
So
Definitely not something to scoff at, and not something to be too upset about if you're Yuna right here. But yeah, with that, we have reached the end of this pool right here for Granblue. And I believe that after this, we're going to have some Fatal Fury coming up here on the stream.
hell yeah. I believe you have a vested interest in that pool.
Yeah, I might have a vested interest in that pool, especially with my dear friend Dai in that pool as well. So I'm looking forward to watching that. But yeah, once again, you can see the bracket right here. We have Miri on the winner side, of course, with Skill also qualifying, and Swampen and Arafu over on the loser side already qualified. There's more pools to come, of course, for Granblue. And then later tonight, you're going to get yourself some beautiful top 8 action for this game, so don't miss out.
Yeah, already shaping up to be quite a show in that top 8.
Indeed.
Of course, on the off-stream pools are going to have names like Saki and their Dudakov as well. The Lord of First to 3.
Absolutely.
Release Bogus, I believe, is down there as well.
Definitely. And I believe with that, we are going to go into a little bit of a break. And I believe that that has been it for Granblue pools for now. But chat, I hope you have been enjoying your time here at Headstomper. There is much more action to come, so do stick around. Gekiko, it has been a wonderful time commentating with you as always.
We do not get to commentate offline often. I know.
Definitely. So yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying Headstomper. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We want light. Get over nightmare. Get over nightmares. Oh, we can tame the darkness. If you can Over nightmares!